Welcome to Game 5 as we get ready for this week's edition of The Coach's Show with head coach Aaron Dunham. I'm Zane Powers, joined by head football coach of the Dumas Demons, Aaron Dunham. Aaron?
Hey, thanks, Zane. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Demons coming off a big victory on last Friday night. They defeat the Plainview Bulldogs by a final score of 57-6. It was homecoming 2022. Plainview, they stood into the game with a high-powered, up-tempo offense. We kind of knew that coming in. They'd been averaging close to 70 plays on offense. But your defense and the ability to establish the line of scrimmage really on both sides of the ball has been a staple of the program since you became the head coach, and I think played a big factor in the game on last Friday night. And to me, there was four key things that I felt stood out that really encompass all three sides and all three phases of the game that were key to our win. Capability to get big stops on defense. You forced 2 turnovers while you had no turnovers. Both turnovers directly resulted in touchdowns. You averaged 8.9 yards per snap. And the special teams was stellar. You had 3 punts that landed inside the 20, a kickoff that landed inside the 5-yard line, or where you're able to tackle the runner down inside the 5. Touchdown and safety on bad punt snaps on the other side, and then good returns. You won the field position battle. So talk about your team's overall performance in getting the win.
Well, I was very, very excited about our performance, and you never know. I mean, a homecoming game, you never know. They can go really excited that, that people can come back maybe to a game that they haven't been. We bring people from out of town back for these homecoming games. And so I was really proud of the way that our guys performed, for our crowd and for our community. But it was. I think it's the first time, you talked about all three phases. We've talked about this from week to week. I think it was the first time that we played 4 quarters. Maybe it wasn't our starters, but we finally played a complete game. I really like, they came out really, really fast on us, drove down the field, scored. I'm not really encouraged about that, but still really, really like the way that our kids respond and our staff responds. We got on the sidelines, made some adjustments. Offensively, I thought we were really good all night. I thought we were pretty explosive. That's something that we've maybe have been missing in the previous weeks. We've talked about it. We want to be more explosive. We're finally getting some guys healthy, which allow us to be a little more explosive on offense. We had a touchdown from Jace Harris. We had two big plays, by Oliver Ortiz. And so that's really maybe some missing ingredients that we had early in the season. Sure. So we're really excited about that. And then, our special teams, just continue to do a really good job for us. Emmanuel on his punting was really, really good. I think he averaged something around 43, 44 yards a punt. And so that's really good. Anytime we can pin people down, and then put our defense on the field in that type of in that situation, I really think we're going to be successful. And so, really proud of our kids. Really proud of and then on top of that was we had the ability to put some backups in the second half, and so to see them really, really execute and play well was good. I mean, that gives you a lot of faith in in your system and your scheme and how kids perform. So really excited about that.
For sure. I think when we look at and we start describing the game and we look at kind of what happened, defense just comes to mind. I felt the defense was dominant. You hold Plainview to 114 total yards offense, minus 17 yards in the second half. They averaged 1.8 yards per play. And to me, that number, you can always look at it and you can kind of see how a game's going to go. If you played well, that number is going to be low. If your offense is playing well, that number is going to be high. And so every snap, they averaged 1.8 yards per play, which is just really, really good. They had minus 8 yards rushing. Your defense had 10 tackles for loss, a sack, and 2 touchdowns. Their third down conversion rate, again, this is another key factor that you can look at and know how a game went. They were 2 of 15 on third down, 13% conversion rate. How do you feel about the overall defensive performance?
Really good. I mean, I think that's something that we focus on. Our third down defense is something we really, really put a lot of emphasis on. It's actually one of our team goals defensively that we try to reach every week, and I think that's really helping us. I mean, anytime that you can stiffen up on third down and force teams to punt the football and get the ball back to your offense, I think you're going to be successful. And so, I think we're continuing. Our defensive line continues to play really, really well. I thought, as you said, 10 tackles for loss. I mean, that's coming from everywhere, but I think that even came from our secondary.
Yeah.
I think one of those was one of our safeties on that tackle for loss. And so, extremely aggressive, playing really well right now, and we're going to have to. We knew coming into this season that would be our strength early, but I'm not necessarily sure that it's staying our strength. I really see our offense really improving here really quickly as we go and here into our 5th week.
Well, let's talk about that. And just writing these things down, I was like, wow, this is making me smile. 435 total yards offense, 8.9 yards per snap, which is just – that doesn't happen too often to see that. Every time you snap the ball, 9 yards, 9 yards, 9 yards. If you can do that, it's going to be a good night. Combined QBs, because as you said, our backups got to play quite a bit. So Lorenzo Ibarra came in. I thought he played really well, as he has when he's had opportunities this season. They were 9 of 17 passing for 211 yards, 4 touchdowns. So you have 9 completions, 4 touchdowns. 224 yards rushing on 32 carries, 7 yards per carry. You had 18 first downs, 9 from the rush, 9 from the pass. So you can kind of see the balance there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the offensive side of the ball?
I'm really encouraged. Obviously Emmanuel Banya's had a really big night.
Yep.
And I think just the longer we go, the more comfortable he gets with his position. We've talked about it. He hadn't played quarterback since the 8th grade. And so, but he was really, really good the other night. And there's a lot of help there,
Sure.
I think Coach Waddell actually talked to him before the game and told him, man, you don't have to do anything besides run our system. You don't have to make any special plays. And he really, really believed in that. And that was exactly what happened. Make the reads that you need to make the plays that you're supposed to make, and just play within the system.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really big on our offense is that, and I think you see it from week to week. That's why we spread the ball around to so many different people. And it really is just a system. It's not designed for one guy. Yeah. It's designed really to just to run our system and get the ball where it needs to be, make the reads that need to be made, and get the balls in the guys' hands that each play is designed to get them into. And so I think our guys are doing a really good job, and I think our staff is doing a really good job of that. I'm really, Coach Waddell and our offensive staff is doing a really good job of growing that offense up in a really short time. And so excited about it. I mean, anytime that you can put, now I know one of those or 2 of those were actually defensive touchdowns, but anytime you can put 57 points on the board, it's a good night.
Yeah. And, I think also week to week, and as you were saying, we see the growth of some guys that are getting their opportunity, and they're not just getting an opportunity, they're taking advantage of their opportunity from the pool of guys who are in the backfield running the ball, but also even the guys on the outside that have some of the guys that have had a chance to kind of play before Oliver and Jace got back. Mm-hmm. But even as they come back, you see a guy like on Friday night, Hayden Waddell, mm-hmm. and who knew that he had that type of breakaway speed that he showed on the outside? That was, I think, really encouraging to see.
It was very encouraging to see, and it's due. I knew coming into this year that we would see that because Hayden had a really, really good summer. Had a great 7-on-7 season, and really, his opportunities here. He's a senior now, and his opportunity as his numbers has been called, and he's really, really stood up and done a great job this far. And I think you'll continue to see some success from him, and a guy that'll continue to make plays. But I just. You can talk about so many,
Sure.
You really can't stop with one kid. You can talk about just all of the kids that we've graduated players, and I really believe in that. And that's actually something that my dad had told me a long time ago. That when a kid gets his opportunity, things will happen. So you talk about we're not returning a lot of players or this or that. Those kids will step up. They will find their opportunity, and you see that over and over here with our football team.
Yeah, it's just getting more special and special every week as you kind of see like, man, look at these guys. For me and knowing these kids personally and seeing them grow up and knowing and seeing and just watching them grow week to week even now has been just very special to see.
I agree. It is, and it's something that's really, and I think you're seeing the success in our football team because of it. So really, really proud of those guys and their efforts.
Like you said, we could almost get a roster out and go name by name and talk about how these guys have improved and what they showed, and especially a game like this past Friday night where, you really probably had close to 45 or so guys that were able to get in and play.
Sure, agree.
So one of those guys, though, this week, Emmanuel Banez, 7 of 13 passing, 185 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He carried the ball only 9 times, which if you even look at our running back, everybody that ran the ball, it was the least out of anybody that carried the ball. He had 132 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, an 18-yard interception return for a touchdown. You talked about his punting. He averaged 42.6 per punt with 3 inside the 20-yard line. He was Press Pass Player of the Week, Globe News Player of the Week, and a nominee for Mr. Texas Player of the Week. I talked to him on the field just after the game because I had looked at the stats. I knew that he had a good game.
Sure.
But I looked at the stats as soon as the game was over and was just kind of blown away. And it's one of the best games individually that I've seen a player have in a Dumas uniform.
Sure, and I think what's probably the biggest deal is that he'll give every bit of credit to everybody else around him.
Yeah.
And we knew he had the ability to do this, or we wouldn't have entrusted him with our football team, knowing that he'd be the leader at the quarterback. And he's done a good job. I'm really, really proud of just the way that he's responded so quickly. I had an idea that he'd get the job done and he'd be a player. Just it wasn't for sure if it was going to happen this quick. He's really, really started to get comfortable, and with that comfort becomes trust in his teammates.
Sure.
He's comfortable because he doesn't have people flying at him. Our offensive line is doing a great job of protecting him when he drops back. He's doing a great job because not all the pressure's on him. He can hand it to our running backs, and they can make plays as well. And so I think that's why we're seeing his growth. It's just his trust in his teammates. And so he did. He had a really, really big night on both sides of the football and at special teams. And he's a big leader on our football team. And I think I did an interview earlier this week, and what I really drew attention to too is, I think he's having success because of his character.
Yeah.
He's a young man that he's the first one that you call and ask for community service. He's there. He's the first one at the field house, the last one to leave. He's always there to serve and help, and I think that just it'll just bleed over into your play.
And I know that you talk about this often with your guys and how important it is to have that character off the field and how it turns, who you are off the field is going to be who you are on the field. So if you can be trusted off the field, you can be trusted on the field. And for those of you that do not know Emmanuel Banez, he is everything that you would want in a player, and a student, and a son.
Sure.
He's a good kid.
Sure, and he was nominated as homecoming king as well. So it was pretty neat. I think they talked about him on Press Pass Sports, and they talked about him. He took the buses and parked them when the night was over, and
sold popcorn and everything else.
And he would, and he'd enjoy every bit of it. So
that's awesome. All right, Coach. Well, it was a good game, and it was a good week. And now we move on to maybe what is the biggest matchup that Dumas is going to have. Not maybe. It's going to be the biggest matchup that Dumas is going to have here in non-district play. Tonight's game, what I think is going to be the biggest non-district home game that's ever been hosted at Dumas Stadium. It's going to be the first meeting between Dumas and Bushland. It's a top 10 matchup as in the AP polls, Bushland comes in ranked number 7 in Class 3A Division 1. Your team comes in number 8 in Class 4A Division 1. How do you see the atmosphere playing a part in tonight's game as the Bushland Falcons come into Dumas Stadium?
I think it'll be huge, and anytime that you have the ability, we've got a really good Bushland team coming to town. And so give credit where credit's due. They have a really good – they're undefeated right now, have a lot of steam rolling, have really beat some really good football teams. And so we're excited about it. And I think the atmosphere is key. we've always our community done a really good job of supporting our kids and really packing the stands. And so I want to encourage you, if you want to see a good football game. I don't think it'll just be locally. I think we'll draw some attention from some neighboring communities that want to come out and see a really good football game, because it's going to be a good one. It's a huge matchup. And something that we need. I think they've talked about it as well. It's just if we're trying to prepare ourselves for a big time district race and a playoff run, games like this are needed. And so I think Bushland will really test us on every level, on every phase of the game. They're really good on offense. They're really good on defense. They do a great job on special teams, and so it's a really good game, and we're really excited about the opportunity and can't wait to take the field.
It's going to be a lot of fun. On the defensive side of the ball, what do you think is going to be key for the Demons to slow down and even stop that high-powered Bushland offense?
They're electric. They do a really good job. They get the ball up and out fast, and they really like to they get the ball to receivers. Receivers do a great job. The quarterback's extremely talented, and what I see them is they're extremely comfortable in their system.
Sure.
They look like they've done it for a long time. They look like they're really, it's something comfortable to them. So we're going to have to do a good job of maybe making them uncomfortable. We're going to have to do a good job of, I think first down defense will be a big deal. We really focus on our third down defense, and that'll still be something that we really need to do well at. But I think first down is really good. I think we've got to do a good job of maybe putting them behind the chains and not letting them see the success, because I think that they just get more comfortable with that. And so we're going to have to do a really good job. We're going to be tested. We're going to be tested in the secondary. Something that our secondary has been a really good strength for us thus far. And it's going to have to come Friday night, because they're going to be really talented in what they do. They do a great job getting the ball up and out and getting it fast, and the receivers do a really good job of yards after contact. And so I think our success defensively is that we eliminate that. Wherever they throw the ball, we're going to have to do a really good job of getting a lot of people to the football and being great tacklers and just eliminating their yard after contact, because they do a really good job of that.
As far as teams that we've seen so far, up front, they're not as big as some of the teams that we've seen. But where they do have their size, it seems like it is on the outside, and their receivers are tall, big kids that, like you said, are athletic, and they just have been so far to make plays.
They do, and they do a really good job. They remind me, if I'm trying to compare, and as we talk to our kids, and they remind me of just their style and what they do, like Decatur.
Yeah,
they do. They're a play action pass and just their tempo and speed. And so we're gonna. It's going to be a challenge for us, and something that we're really excited about.
Offensive side of the ball, what do you think is going to be key for the Demons to move the ball, score against the Falcon defense?
They're aggressive. They do a really good job on defense. They are attack. They're gonna stack the box. They're gonna be extremely aggressive. They're gonna play man coverage, and so I think our ability to withstand that pressure. I think we've got to last it. I think we've got to stay patient to what we do. There's going to be plays where they're going to really get in the backfield and cause some problems. I just think we've got to live on and play the next play. A next play mentality, I think, is really, really important. And I think if you've seen every bit of our success this season, it's been because we have not turned the ball over offensively. Any time that we don't turn the ball over and we possess the football and we do a great job of just, every possession does not have to end with a touchdown or end with points. But we got to possess the football, and we've got to control it. We've got to, if we get in situations of moving and flipping the field and punt it and play good defense, I think will be the key tonight. And then with them playing man coverage, I think we're gonna have to be able to hit some shots. We're gonna have to take some opportunities to possibly beat that man coverage. Our offensive line, one-on-one battles, I think, is the key tonight offensively. We're going to have to win some one-on-one battles up front with our offensive line. We're going to have to win some one-on-one battles with our receivers against their defensive backs. And so I think if we can take advantage of that, I think we'll have success on the offensive side.
Each matchup that Dumas has had obviously has presented some, different challenges, different issues. It allows you to work on things, allows you to kind of see, okay, maybe we've been really good in this area.
Sure.
So in a matchup like we're going to have tonight, it seems to, again, like you've said, get you ready for what you're going to face and what you're going to need to work on as you move into district play and have those sights set on making a playoff run.
Well, it does, it's very obvious they have a really talented football team, and so we need to see these type of players. We need to if we're gonna be able to, because we're gonna in a district, we're gonna see guys very similar to them, and then we'll see them in the playoffs. And so, really, really excited about this opportunity, excited about this game, and just excited for our kids about the challenge. They're different.
Yeah.
Defensively, us on offense and the different defenses that we've seen, up to these first 4 ball games have been very similar. This one's not. I mean, they are not similar to the ones we've seen in the past. They're very, very aggressive and they attack. And so I like that our kids are going to be challenged with that, and I'm excited about the game.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great night. Let's move on. Personal picks, all right? This has kind of been a fun little time where we kind of learn a little bit more about yourself and kind of get a little bit of behind-the-scenes action of what happens. This is going to take your mind off football for a little bit, okay? What's your favorite vacation spot with your family?
Haven't done tons of vacationing. A lot of our vacations right here playing football, but we've had the opportunity to. I've got probably two spots that we really like. We like to go to Pagosa Springs in Colorado. It's become one of our favorites, and then we always got to decide every year, like, do you want mountains and cold, or do you want to go to the beach? Some of our family likes both, and then so we like to go down to Orange Beach as well in Alabama, and then we also on the way back we get our fix with Alabama football as well. So
there you go.
Those are 2 spots that we really like.
That's awesome. Talk about and describe what a typical home game day looks like for you, for your staff, for your team.
Typical home game. I love eat and breathe this game, but Fridays are miserable. Fridays are miserable. They're just tough, It starts early in the morning. Again, we're usually, our staff is usually up there around 5:30 in the morning. We to go through it all. Our JV has played the game. Our sub-varsity has played the night before. Nobody does our laundry, and so we all meet up in there. We get our jerseys all put up, and we have all the cloth and everything from the night before. We all pitch in, and we get put up, and then we watch film. Our staff gets together, and we watch the sub-varsity film and look at it and see where if we could possibly pick anything up from that. And then after that, we bring our JV in. That's our film and flush out time for them. And so we lift weights with them. We get out and run. We try to get the lactic acid out of our body. And then we bring our varsity in and we lift. We lift on game day. Something different than I'm sure a lot of places, but it's something we believe in. It just allows us to punch our ticket one more day. We also believe in, it just really getting our body ready to play and take on the day. And so we do that. And then when that's over, our varsity, we eat. We eat together. We have a big pregame breakfast. When that's over, we send our kids to class, and then their normal classroom routine takes on. Our coaches go and teach class all day, and then we get ready for Friday. We have our kids show back up at 4:15. We have a team meeting. We bring our varsity back into the locker room, and that's where we meet and talk about. Our offense will go into our dome, and they'll do an offensive walk, a little walkthrough, just to freshen up on some things, make sure that we're clear on everything that we're doing in game plan. And then we have position meetings. Every position coach meets with their kids, go over and talk about the different things, and then we hit the field. I mean, at about 5:30, we're taking the field. We're going through our pregame routine of getting us prepared for Friday night, and then we're ready for kickoff. It's usually a long night. when we get done with that, our junior high staff is up there, and they input the game, and our junior high staff is heavily involved with us. They're on the sideline with us. They have responsibilities and things that they're doing on the sidelines, and then our junior high staff stays, and they get our video input and plugged in, so we can come in Saturday morning and watch film, and so that's a normal Friday. Usually, our staff's probably not out of the office until midnight or after. A lot of times it's a lot longer for me. I wait for that video to be input and put in the computer, and then I watch it till probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and give me a couple hours, and we start again on Saturday. And so that's what our Friday routine looks like.
Are there any game day traditions for you? Anything that you got to do every Friday?
I mean, there are. I mean, there's some things, that if you ever eat, you eat at the same place. You've got your same undershirt that you like to wear, maybe your same socks, and I'm not a superstitious person, but I am.
Yeah.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm routine.
Sure.
I am a creature of habit, and I like to do that, and so but no, and then I watch film and get myself prepared. I'm always going to watch film, but I do try to eat at the same places that I've eaten at. It's a big deal.
We do sit in the similar, if not the same seats every Friday morning.
Yes, sir.
All
yes,
right.
Sir.
This is more of a question that I know the kids care about. And, it's something that I think that is really kind of the special deal that our kids are able to kind of experience and do each week. But I want to know from you, what do you think is the best game day look for the Demons? For our viewers, just so that you know, Demons have 2 helmets that they can wear on Friday nights, a black helmet and a white helmet. They look completely different. Black helmet with a fork on the side. The white helmets has this little state of Texas with Demons written in cursive across it. And both of them have a little something that I think that's different that it says on the back of the helmet.
They do.
And then they have a white, black, and orange jersey top and a white, orange, and black jersey bottom. And those can be any kind of combination. I know when we play at home, we got to wear colors. And when we play on the road, we wear whites. So, but still, the pants can be any color. And the helmet can be whatever it is. So, what is your favorite combination?
I really like our uniforms. I really don't think there is a bad combo.
There's not.
I think they really, really look well together. We even then go down to our socks. We have 3 different color socks. We have a white, a black, and an orange, of which our kids like to do that as well. But
and the face mask too.
The face mask. We have black face masks now.
Yeah.
That actually used to be Dumas colors used to be a black face mask, and I think when Coach Burke came, I think he changed it over to the orange, and so we've brought that back as a change as well. And I think that's something you'll see us later in the season is possibly even mix our orange face mask with our white helmet and and different things. But probably my favorite. I'm a pretty simple guy. I really, really, really like our all whites.
Yeah.
And then I probably have 3. I really like our all whites. I really like our all black. Mm-hmm. And then I think our black face mask even make it a little more special this year. And then I really like a white helmet with a black top with white bottoms.
Yeah.
That's another combo that I really, really like a lot. So, but again, I don't think there's a bad combo. We look pretty good in every one of them.
We look real sharp. As if the old mantra of look good, play good, we look good every week.
I agree.
All right, well, let's move on to our picks. We did pretty good last week, and it's funny how this has worked itself out. We have both of us have the exact same record. We did not pick.
No, pick different.
We picked different, but somehow our records all come out the same. We're 4-1 in the high school picks. We're pretty good there. And 10-6 in college, which as many upsets and as many different things have happened, I think we're doing pretty good.
I agree with that.
Winning record. We're going to look at 3 games. This first one is, I think, a little bit interesting because it's 2 teams that we scrimmaged. They're going to be playing each other on the field that we scrimmaged at in Lubbock. Amarillo Caprock heads down and faces Lubbock Coronado.
So that's a good matchup, and between 2 really good football teams, and that's almost hard to pick because I think Amarillo Caprock is really excited to take the field after their disappointing loss last week, and then Lubbock Coronado's on a little bit of a slide. And I think this is going to be a great matchup, and I think it honestly could be a toss-up. But just facing both of them, Caprock's defense is playing really well. They are. I think they're struggling a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. Not that they're struggling. It's just maybe they're not putting up the points that they once did. I'm going to go with Lubbock Coronado on this one.
I am too. I think, again, in high school athletics, I think home field has a lot to do with how well teams play. It's not every factor, but I think Lubbock at home.
I do too. I agree.
Next one's a little bit interesting. Again, this is the only one of the games of teams that we have played that I felt like we could pick. because I think Perryton's playing Pampa this week. Didn't want to touch that. And so Lubbock Estacado travels up here, is going to play at West Plains.
West Plains on a lot of momentum. They just had a really big, their first program win. I think over Paladura at their homecoming, and then if you can't always compare scores, but everybody's going to do it. And so you look at it, Lubbock Estacado and Paladura have played each other. I think Estacado was winning that game into the fourth quarter, and Paladura came back and won it. And so if you're comparing scores, I don't know, but I'm going to try not to. I do think Estacado's got a lot of firepower. I think they've got I think if they can put it all together, if they can get their offensive line playing well, and they've got a really good tailback, and they've got a receiver that's big and physical, and I think this could be a toss-up as well. But I'm going to go with Lubbock Estacado in this one.
I am too. I think Lubbock Estacado. Lubbock Estacado is hard to understand, especially if you're just a scoreboard watcher. If you haven't seen them play,
sure.
If you've seen them play like we have, you understand they've got some key parts.
They do,
and if all those key parts get going, they're going to be a little dangerous team.
Agree.
This next one, I think, again, is a big matchup, cross classification matchup between Wichita Falls Rider and Stephenville. They have to travel to Stephenville to play.
Tough place to play. Wichita Falls, before getting beat by Lubbock Cooper last week, was number 2 in the state in their classification, and Stephenville is number 1 in the state. The only thing I'm looking at here is I know Stephenville, been on the field with them, been on the field with Rider as well. And so both really, really talented teams. The only thing that's a little bit alarming to me is just the amount of points that Stephenville has given up each and every week. And so I think at some point that's going to matter. Coach Doty is a really good friend of mine. We've been coached on the same staffs. I'm going to take Wichita Falls Rider in a close one in this game.
I think so too, because and like you said, Stephenville's given up a massive load of points this season. They played good teams,
sure, really good,
but I think Rider has a defense that's going to play into factor in this game. And
sure,
if they can get stops and score like Stephenville's been giving up scores, I think Rider's going to win.
Agree.
All right. Some college games this week. There's quite a few ranked matchups that we're going to look at. First one's number 5 Clemson at number 21 Wake Forest.
I'm going to take Clemson. That I'm a big Dabo fan. Really really like what he does there, and I think Clemson's pretty hot right now. I think they're playing pretty well, and I just think tradition a little bit. We'll take it. I mean, even though 2 ranked teams and at Wake Forest, I'm still just going to take a little bit of tradition, and I'm going to take Clemson there.
I love Dabo Swinney.
Me too.
And I agree with you. I think Clemson is somehow quietly number 5, but creeping in. They may be one of the best teams in college football.
Agreed.
Number 20, Florida, and number 11, they're playing at number 11, Tennessee. It's a big rivalry matchup in the SEC. And it's been a traditional game where these teams have been ranked, but not recently.
Sure.
And so now both these teams back in the top 20, playing each other at Tennessee this weekend.
I think Tennessee's made a massive turnaround. Their program has struggled in the last 3 to 4 years, and to see them ranked number 11, and I think they're playing really, really good football. I saw some clips of just their home field advantage and their stands and fans, and they were pretty wild. And I'm going to take Tennessee in this game at home.
Yeah. Any game in the SEC traveling on the road is tough.
Yes, sir.
And Tennessee is the Neyland Stadium, I think is what it's called, over 100,000 people. Yeah, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
This one, every season is a good matchup, and it's always a toss-up of who's going to win this game. Arkansas and Texas A&M playing each other. Arkansas ranked number 10, Texas A&M ranked number 23, playing at AT&T Stadium in Dallas.
I think Arkansas had a little bit of a scare last week. I can't remember exactly who it was, but
Missouri State.
It was a tough one, and it was just a little bit of a scare.
Sure.
Texas A&M, I think, is maybe if this was at Kyle Field, I might think a little bit different. But I think A&M's struggling a little bit on offense. They started another quarterback last week, and just aren't putting up a massive amount of points. I like Arkansas's head coach as well. I think he's a guy that really fits in where he's at and has done just a really good job. And I'm going to take Arkansas in this game.
I really like Arkansas watching them play. I mean, I think they're a dangerous team. I'm just going to pick against you because so everybody say you just did whatever Coach Dunham said. I'll go with A&M in this game, although I'm not completely convinced that's going to happen. This next game is another big rivalry game. It's kind of the battle of the Metroplex. Is you got Fort Worth versus Dallas and TCU playing at SMU. I think they call it like the Iron Skillet game for the Iron Skillet or something like that. I don't really know why, but TCU at SMU.
I think when you're just talking about the two programs facing each other, I mean, as of recent, TCU's just maybe competed at a higher level. I think that's going to matter in this game. I think it's a matchup that could be a really good football game, especially, with it being two local teams, not too far apart from each other. But I'm going to take TCU in this football game.
I agree. TCU all the way. Baylor, number 17, which I think their ranking is a little bit skewed there. They're number 17. They travel to Iowa State. Always a tough place to play.
Very, very tough place to play. And so this is a tough pick. I like Baylor. I think they obviously took a tough loss there to BYU, but again, a really good football game. I think went into overtime, and but it's going to be a tough place to play. I think Iowa State really plays well at home, and I think this could be this is a tough one. You got a really tough matchup there, but I'm going to take. I mean, I don't know if it's an upset, but I'm going to take Iowa State in an upset.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I'm going to be like Lee Quick. Not so fast, my friend. I'm going to go with Baylor in this one on the road. I was going to pick whoever you didn't pick in this game. So I think it's a pick 'em. I think either one of these teams could win. Like you said, Iowa State, tough place.
Very tough.
To go on the road.
Very tough.
All right, big game on the South Plains this week. Number 22, Texas rolls into Lubbock.
Still just really impressed with Texas' first game this year. And then they came in, and I think when they played UTSA, it was a really, really good game. I think moving into the fourth quarter, and then they really pulled away. I think beat them like 41-21, something around there. Just pulled away late in the game. I think this would be a tough one. I still Tech lost on the road last week. I think Tech is still in a little bit of confusion at the quarterback position and who they're going to play and what they're going to go with. I think they knew really early, but the injury has really caused, some. And I think they're struggling a little bit there, and I think Texas is rolling with a lot of momentum. And I think it'll be a big game, but I think Texas at Tech.
I would have to sleep outside if I picked Texas in this game. So I am going to go with Texas Tech probably every time, no matter who they're playing this season. So that might be a win for you every week. I'm going to go with the Red Raiders. Lubbock is special. Special home field in college football. And so we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good game. Sure. I think it's 2:30 kickoff there. So
it will be. It'll be a good game.
Yeah. All right. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us again. Man, as we have said, a huge game that you're getting ready to see tonight at Demon Stadium. It's going to be a packed Demon Stadium. It's going to feel like a playoff atmosphere. Coach, can't wait for it to get started.
I can't either. It's going to be a really good game, and just a great opportunity between two quality football teams. Both are playing really well, and we're excited about the matchup. And if you want to see a good football game, come to Demon Stadium.
All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in tonight, and let's get on over to the kickoff.
The First United Methodist Church of Dumas is a Methodist congregation founded in 1901 and has been ministering faithfully to Moore County since the beginning. Their doors are open to any and all who wish to come and worship and serve God within the Methodist traditions. Give them a call today to learn more at 806-935-7200. Designs and More supports our area youth and is the premier hometown source for Demon and Demonette fanwear. Their professional designers can create custom embroidered caps or shirts. Let Designs and More turn your next business design into a masterpiece. Designs and More, 608 South Dumas Avenue, 806-935-7518.
to present Dumas Demon Football.
Master control to Booth. You are live in 10 seconds.
We now take you out to the stadium with our broadcast team, Daryl Wade, Dennis Blue, and Zane Powers.
And welcome to Dumas Demon Football Stadium, where tonight we will have a night of first. For the first time ever, the Dumas Demons will battle against the Bushland Falcons in a non-district, statewide recognized football showdown. Hello, everyone, and as always, we thank you for joining the broadcast. I'm Daryl Wade, and I'll have the play-by-play action for you tonight. And in the broadcast booth with me, two men with exceptional football intelligence, and neither of whom will ever become a blatherskite, Dennis Blue and Zane Powers.
I question my football knowledge, to be honest with you, at times, but I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, I know you won't be a blatherskite.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, last week, Dumas seemed that they did everything right. Everything went their way. The defense gave up 6 points, allowed 114 yards in total offense, and I think 81 of those yards came on Plainview's first drive, which led to their only score. The offense accumulated 435 yards of total offense, and quarterback Emmanuel Abanez, who, by the way, was named the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Statewide Player of the Week, scored 4 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns running the ball, 1 touchdown on a pick six, and then he punted for an average of 42 yards, and he pinned Plainview deep a couple of times as well. So last week was an exceptional night.
It was, and you gave all those statistics there on Abanez. Was anybody else playing for Dumas that night?
Well, there was, and I should have given some of those stats because I know Oliver Ortiz caught 2 touchdown passes. Jace Harris caught a touchdown pass. Hayden Waddell caught a screen pass and had all kinds of linemen leading him into the end zone. So it was a banner night for Dumas.
Yeah, it is a team effort, and we've talked about how this Dumas team plays as a team. And they don't concern themselves about who gets the glory or who gets the statistics. They just want to win the ball game in a team effort. So, yeah, I thought Dumas played well last week.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I think, something finally where we kind of saw a lot of pieces come together, and it wasn't just offense, it wasn't just defense, it was special teams. It was all 3 phases of the game that went really, really well for the Demons. And every single phase just seemed to involve Emmanuel.
Yeah. Well, he is an important part of this team, that's for sure.
Based on last week, let me ask you a couple of questions. One, did Dumas play that well, or was Plainview, since they were missing their top athlete and their freshman quarterback, hindered somewhat, or was it a combination of both?
I just think Dumas played well that night, and I think Dumas overmatched Plainview. Plainview, I'm not sure what their confidence level was. So I think Dumas just forced their will upon the Plainview football team, and over the time of the game, they just wilted to the end. So I just think Dumas played well.
I do too, because Dumas had a game plan that was set up for both of those guys to play.
Yeah.
So they were ready for the freshman quarterback, who was a guy that likes to put the ball in the air a lot.
Yep.
And they were set to defend Karomo Collins, who is an incredible athlete for the Plainview Bulldogs.
Yep.
And so the game plan changed. And I thought we did a great job. We reeled off the last 57 points of the game.
Well, let me throw another question out at both of you. Dumas has 2 more non-district games tonight and next week against El Paso Austin. Where do you see them heading into district play on October 7th? And in what area do you see that needs maybe to be improved a little bit, maybe tweaked a little bit?
I'm not sure I understood your question. Where do I see them?
Yeah, where do you see Dumas? Are they going in the right direction? Are they heading? And then what area would you say maybe needs still a little tweaking, a little adjustment?
Well, every coach will tell you at the start of the season they want their team to get better each and every day, and I think Dumas is doing that. As far as improvements, I don't know that I've got a good answer for that one. To be honest with you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I see them heading into Demon Stadium. No, they're actually going to go to Kimbrough, aren't they?
On the first district game, yeah, we'll be over at
We're going
Kimbrough.
to play in Kimbrough as many times as we're going to play at home in district play, which is interesting. No, I think things are headed in the right direction, and I think that each week we're seeing a different wrinkle, whether it's on offense or on defense. Some things that Dumas is doing better, some things that Dumas is already doing good that they've just seemed to excel at. I think if there's anything, it's just to be a little bit more like we saw last week, consistent all the time, 4 quarters, play a full ball game.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a break here, and when we come back, we'll talk about tonight's game because we have a lot to talk about, but we're going to run out of time. So let's take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll talk about Bushland. The pregame show is brought to you by Dumas Co-op.
The Dumas Demon pregame show is brought to you by the Dumas Co-op, 806-935-6440. The Dumas Co-op was founded in 1947 by a group of farmers who possessed a strong work ethic, focus, and singleness of mind in building a 24,000 bushel facility which has grown over the years to approximately 9 million bushels. They recognize those same qualities in the Dumas Demon football team and wish them the best this season. From your friends at the Dumas Co-op, 600 Twitchell in Dumas.
And we're back to the pregame show brought to you by Dumas Co-op. Dumas has scrimmage Bushland in football, but this will be their first game against Bushland. Bushland began varsity competition in 2006. So let me ask you a few trivia questions and see if you're up on Bushland tonight.
Okay.
All right, Bushland is in their 17th season. This is their 17th season of varsity competition. How many head coaches have they had?
Ooh,
2.
4.
4 is correct.
Right.
They had David Flowers
Yes.
and then his son
Yeah.
Steve. I think I got that right. And then they had Thomas, and I can't remember his first name, and then they have Reynolds.
Jimmy Thomas.
Jimmy Thomas, and then Jerry Reynolds. Isn't that Jerry's his first name?
Coach Reynolds.
Okay. So they've had 4. All right, they've played 16 seasons. This is their 17th season. How many times have they made the playoffs in those 16 years?
I got this.
Go for it.
14.
You are absolutely correct.
All right.
Every year but 2, they've made the playoffs. They didn't make it in 2006 and 2011. I would, that sounds amazing, but we need to remember that they came in when 3 teams were already going to the playoffs, and soon after they came in, 4 teams began to go.
Yeah.
Dumas may not have as many playoffs because Dumas played years when only 1 team went to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, another question.
Well, Bushland came from a 2A level to start. Is that right?
Well, I'm getting there.
All right,
Don't
okay.
jump ahead. All right.
All right. Maybe I was blather-snacky.
No, you'd never do that.
Okay.
Counting the 4 games of this season, who has a better record since 2006 in terms of wins and losses, Dumas or Bushland?
Ooh, that's an interesting
2006.
question right there. I'm going to say Dumas.
Okay, Zane?
I'm going to go with Dumas.
Well, it's Bushland. Bushland has 132 wins, counting the 4 wins they've had this year, 62 losses, so 68% winning percentage. In that same span, Dumas has 108 wins, 71 losses,
Wow.
60% winning percentage.
Interesting question there.
Sure.
All right, I've got 2 more questions, and then I'll hurry here. How many times has Bushland in the playoffs lost to a team that went on to play for the state championship?
Well, they played Brock. I know that, and they played for the championship, so I'm going to say 1.
Well, are you counting the year they played in the state
Yes, I
championship?
am.
Okay. So I'm going to say 4.
Well, it's 3.
Oh, I was so close to going perfect, Dennis.
Muleshoe beat them in 2008, and Muleshoe won the state. In 2009, they played for the state championship, and Dangerfield beat them. And then in 2013, Wall beat the Bushland in the playoffs, and Wall played in the state game but lost. When they played Brock lost the next week and didn't go to state.
Oh, well, okay.
So, because I thought that too.
Yeah.
All right. One last question. How many times has Bushland finished the regular season undefeated?
Oh, man. How many times?
Yeah, how many seasons?
I'm going to say 1.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2.
Well, it's 3 if y'all would have kept going. 08, 09, and 19. And I should ask you, in that 16 years, how many players played at Bushland, went on to college, and then on to the professional league? But I couldn't find all those answers anyway.
I'm glad, because I probably couldn't have answered
Well, they've
that.
had quite a few.
Have
They have. It's
Richburg.
Yeah, they've had quite a few.
I forgot about them, yeah.
All right, Bushland tonight has a very capable quarterback, Dawson Jaco.
Yep.
So, Dennis, tell us about him, and then what type of passing game we can expect from Bushland.
Well, he is a quarterback that has a 71% completion ratio on his passing, and we might ask the question, how does he do that? That's because of the offense, all these short, quick passes that are low risk, for interception, high risk for completion. So he's a two-sport guy. He played baseball and apparently does very well. So he is an athlete first and a quarterback second. So he's very capable of leading this team. And this is his first year to play quarterback. He's been on the team, but this is his first year to play quarterback for the Bushland Falcons. And so he's got some help to go along with it. So I'm going to look for him tonight in the pocket and how well can he pick out his passes on that short, quick passes, 5, 6, 7 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Then they also use a whole lot of these wide bubble screens or this inside slip screen. And so those are high percentage passes right there. And so that's how he completes 71% of his completions right there.
Well, he has a pretty good group of receivers, and the thing you notice about the receivers is the yard after catch.
Oh, that's what's critical. That's how they win most of their games is that yak, yards after catch. And so I think that's one of the keys for Dumas. How well do you tackle, and how well do you recognize the alignment that the Falcons are going to come out and set up with? And if Dumas can recognize those tendencies from those assignments, they'll have a head up on defending those short, quick passes. So I'm going to rely on Coach Dunham and his ability to develop a pass defense.
I agree with that, definitely. Well, defensively, I think Bushland's going to play a type of defensive formation that I'm not sure we've ever seen. They're going to have 5 down linemen, and then they're going to have some other defensive backs, linebackers spread across the line of scrimmage. A lot of people call it a 10-1 defense. So 10 in the box are spread across the line. But we also know, Dennis, they're really aggressive, stunting. So what do you expect?
Well, that is a kind of a dangerous lineup for me because once you break that line of scrimmage, you're gone for a touchdown. So Dumas got to be really attuned to what they want to do as far as execution to get through that lineup. But, you got to be aware of blitzing from the outside. And then I noticed in one of the videos in that defensive line, you always think about offensive tackles stunting over, but I saw in some of the videos where their defensive tackles slant over or stunt over to one side or another to overload that defensive side. And again, that's kind of dangerous because when you do that, that exposes the backside of that defense. So I'm looking for Dumas to take advantage of that.
All right, well, Bushland will have 6, maybe 7 players going both ways.
Yeah.
They play offense, they play defense. Dumas really only has one, Emmanuel Abanez. There's a couple of defensive linemen that come over and play offense and a couple of offensive linemen that come over and play defense occasionally.
Yeah.
But that really could come into play in the fourth quarter if the ball game's close.
Well, I agree with that, and to go along with that, I'm not sure this offense for Bushland has ever been challenged in the fourth quarter because, as I understand it, most of their games are over by the fourth quarter, and they're having a lot of their backups play. But the pressure's going to be if Dumas and them play a tight ball game into the fourth quarter, how will Bushland's offense perform under pressure? And I'm going to be curious to see that.
Well, one final thing before we hear the keys tonight. We've really enjoyed getting ready for this game because Bushland state ranked in 3A Division I.
Yeah.
Dumas is state ranked in 4A Division I. Bushland fans are amped up galore, and they're comparing scores. They say Bushland beat Canadian beat Perryton. We barely got by. Some are saying Bushland's going to win by 60 points. And really, people all over the state. I've heard a couple of shows this week. They're talking about this game, and the winning coach is going to be interviewed tonight on Valley Sports. But let me interject this comment and have both of you reply. Win or lose for either team, the season moves forward next week. Both teams have one more non-district game after tonight, and then after that, the second season or district play begins, and those are the games that really count.
That's right. Everything in preparation for the district play.
Yeah, I mean, it's these. I think these type of matchups, and each week presents a different thing, but this one is going to feel like a playoff game tonight.
Yeah.
I think the energy from the crowd, the atmosphere, the build up, and even the aftermath.
Yeah. Well, I go back to the Bushland record at 4-0 right now. They've got a good team, no doubt about it. They've got a 48 point scoring average per each game. But as I looked at the schedules, if you flip-flop Dumas to their schedule and them to this schedule, that they being Bushland, I think they'd be 3-1 just like Dumas. They would not beat Lubbock Cooper, and Dumas would beat every one of those that's on the Bushland schedule. So those things are meaningless. The game's going to be won and played down here on the football field tonight.
Well, Dennis, since it is going to be won and played down there, what are the keys for Dumas to get a victory? Because that's kind of what we want up here tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a high-powered offense, so you got to play ball control to keep that high-scoring offense on the sidelines. Secondly, you got to tackle well in space because those receivers are quick to that 4, 5, 6 yard open spot, and so you don't want to let them get by you on tackling. So you got to tackle well. The third one, I think if Dumas can rush the ball for 150 yards or more, and then go along with 2 of those vertical passes of 20 yards or more to maybe either Ortiz or Hicks or somebody like that, Dumas is going to win.
All right, well, we're going to look for all of those. Ball control, tackle well in space, rush for over 150 yards, and then have a couple of passes for 20 yards or more. Well, the captains are meeting out on the field right now, so let's give our predictions. Zane, you go first. What's the score going to be tonight?
I think the Demons are going to have success moving the ball, and I think they're going to get enough defensive stops. I see them winning 36-19.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Dumas is going to win 30-21. They're going to score 2 8-point touchdowns. They're going to score 2 7-point touchdowns. And if I'm right, I think that adds up to 30.
It does all the time.
Yeah, and then they're going to limit the Bushland offense over there to 21 points. So 30-21, Dumas.
Well, Zane changed his score from earlier in the week because he texted it to me, and that's not what he texted me.
Oh.
I think tonight Dumas is going to make a statement, and they're going to demonstrate that they are one of the top 4A teams. I see Dumas scoring 38. Bushland's going to be able to score some points, so I see them at 22 trying to come from behind. So 38-22.
Any one of those would work for me.
Love it.
All right, the captains have met on the field. Zane, I was looking down, so tell us what happened.
Bushland won the toss and deferred, so Dumas is going to get the ball first.
All right, and who's going to defend which side?
Dumas will be going into the sun.
All right,
so toward the west.
East to west and Bushland west to east. All right, the Dumas Demons have come out onto the field. The Bushland Falcons are getting close to their tunnel. So we're going to go ahead and take time out here, and we'll also have the national anthem. And when we come back, we'll be ready for the kickoff tonight, the start of this game. This pregame show has been brought to you by Dumas Co-op. The Dumas Demon football broadcast is presented by the Dumas Economic Development Corporation. We'll be back for the kickoff in just a moment.
The Dumas Co-op was founded in 1947 by a group of farmers who possessed a strong work ethic, focus, and singleness of mind in building a 24,000 bushel facility which has grown over the years to approximately 9 million bushels. They recognize those same qualities in the Dumas Demon football team and wish them the best this season. From your friends at the Dumas Co-op, 600 Twitchell in Dumas.
Whether you're thinking about moving your family or your company, Dumas extends a Texas-sized welcome and full community services to make your relocation a success. The Dumas Economic Development Corporation is here to support and help however we can. Our schools, our mild climate, our excellent transportation, our growing economy, and our proximity to a major metropolitan area all combine to make Dumas a great place to visit, a great place to work, and a great place to live. The DEDC is located at 900 North Dumas Avenue, or you can call 934-3332.
Your good neighbors at State Farm Insurance, Brett Stiegel agent, 610 East 1st Street in Dumas, wish the Dumas Demons the very best this season. We're proud of all of our area athletes and our wonderful school systems. We wish them success in all of their endeavors on and off the field. Remember State Farm Insurance agent Brett Stiegel for all of your insurance needs. Give him a call today at 806-935-9191. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Demons and fear the fort.
Cross-Threaded Embroidery is your one-stop shop for embroidery, t-shirt, or anything you need to promote your business, school, sporting event, or any occasion. We also offer heat press, window stickers, car decals, and magnetic signs. We pride ourselves on fast service, customer satisfaction, and quality workmanship, supporting Dumas and area towns. Come see us at 1220 North Maddox, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30, or call us at 934-4793. We look forward to helping you.
The world depends on farmers, but who can farmers depend on? At Corteva AgriScience, teams are dedicated to serving farmers year-round. Pioneer Hybrid, an American seed brand since 1926, has proudly partnered with H&C Seeds for over 30 years. H&C Seeds have a proven track record of consistent placement of high-yielding corn hybrids, as well as phytogen cottonseed varieties that match your management style for maximizing yields. Whether it's Pioneer Hybrid corn seed or phytogen cottonseed, see H&C Seeds for the best fit on your farm. Good luck, Dumas and Sunray athletes.
Back in 1947, just 2 years after the end of World War II, Woody's Furniture opened its doors. That's 75 years we've been a part of this community. So whether you need new furniture, new floors, or new appliances, from names you know and trust Woody's to take care of your family. At Woody's, you can get what you want today, with a variety of credit options as well. Come see us and see why Woody's Furniture has been the home of greater value since 1947. Woody's Furniture, 715 Bliss, on the east side of the square.
All right, we're back at Dumas Demon Football Stadium. We're getting ready for the opening kickoff. Going deep for Dumas will be Luis Escarcega. He'll be joined back there by Emino Marquez, and then the upbacks, Nathan Gonzalez and Parker Dunham. Bushland will kick the ball off. They did win the toss, but they chose to defer till the second half. And they come out on the field, and it looks like number 73, Ethan Thompson, an offensive lineman, is going to be their kicker.
And he's kicking off from this near hash mark, which is a little unusual.
I think that their kicker got hurt.
Okay.
So he's going to be kicking, and we're going to be receiving into the sun.
So they've given the signal. This kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call for all of your home climate and commercial climate needs. It's going to be a short kick going to the far side of the field. Going to be taken there by, I think that's Granados. He's coming up the far sideline, the Bushland sideline. He'll get out to the 35, and that's where Dumas will have their first possession of the night. But I saw a little hanky come in there at the end.
Did you really?
That was Gutierrez.
Oh, Gutierrez, I'm sorry.
There's a good return. Depends on the flag now.
See they're still talking about it.
Emmanuel Ibanez is, it may have been sideline warning because they're not moving anything.
Let's see.
We're going to find out.
We definitely are.
Personal foul. Blocked below the waist on Bushland.
Yes.
Well,
both the defense and the offense can do that. All right, so Dumas going to get the advantage of an early penalty. The ball will go out to the 49-yard line. And that's where Dumas will begin their first possession. Emmanuel Ibanez will be your quarterback. He's going to start with two receivers on the right, two receivers on the left, and Escarcega.
Yep.
Yeah, Escarcega is the running back. Bushland line straight across. There's that 10-1 defense. They're showing blitz on the far side. Now Dumas sends a man in motion. They fake it to him. Ibanez keeps it, but he's going to be hit immediately.
Yep.
And a scrum forms, and he's going to lose about 3 yards. It'll be second down and 13.
Well, that was a delayed run right there by Ibanez, and he just never could find an open spot right there. And give credit to the Bushland defensive line. They sniffed that one out pretty quick.
Dumas looks like they're going to still be in the same formation, two to the right, two to the left. On the right side is Oliver Ortiz, Jace Harris. Dumas looks over the defense. They're ready to go. Again, Bushland showing blitz on the far side. This time back to pass is Ibanez. He throws it out, has a receiver on the far side of the field. And it wasn't Waddell because I see him.
Signs.
It was Signs. Jacob Signs, and he's going to get it about 5 yards. That'll bring up third down and 8.
Yeah, get back to about what they lost on that play before by Ibanez trying to run.
This time Dumas is going to show two to the right, and then they have a tight end on the left. And I believe that's Gutierrez on the tight end, or is it Cole?
Can't see this yet.
Can't quite tell.
It is Cole on the left.
Okay. So third down, rolling to his right is Ibanez. He pauses. He throws it out to the right. Has a receiver open. It's caught on the sideline by Oliver Ortiz in Bushland territory at the 36-yard line. It will be 1st and 10.
A great rollout, but let me tell you, that's an excellent catch right there by Ortiz because he kept his feet in the bounds, caught the ball, and then fell out of bounds. A great technique.
It'd been a catch in the NFL.
Yeah.
Both feet in. Same
feet.
formation. 2 receivers to the right. Jace Harris, Oliver Ortiz, Cole Garcia, tight end on one side. Now Garcia's going to come, and now we have an unbalanced line on the right side. Ibanez is going to take it, going to hand it off. They're trying to cut it back against the grain, but Bushland there with the quick tackle. That will be no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Well, that's number 44, Easton Fuentes. He's 6'1", 210 pounds, kind of patrolling that middle right there for the Bushland Falcons.
Dumas will have 2 tight ends in the set. Cole Garcia on the left, and then I believe it's Jonathan Gutierrez on the right. And then 2 receivers split out to the right. Luis Escarcega is still your running back, your pistol back at 2nd down and 10. Looks like Ibanez ready. Bushland showing blitz on the far side. Now he's going to now we're going to call a timeout. I guess they're running out of time. So Dumas takes a timeout there first. They have 2nd down and 10 on the Bushland 36. Game just underway with 9:28 left in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back for the 2nd down play.
It's prime time. Time to call Prime Components in Dumas for all your metal building needs. What makes Prime Components different? They manufacture their own sheet metal and trim. That makes for a faster turnaround time. Prime's experienced sales and service staff have a complete knowledge of the business, so they can help you determine which quality Prime product is right for your needs. Visit their website at primebldg.com or call 806-935-0141. Prime Components on the south side of Dumas on U.S. Highway 287. It's prime time.
Back here at the Dumas Demon Football Stadium, of course, we're scoreless. We've played 2.5 minutes, and Dumas uses their first timeout as time on the play clock was about to go nigh. And now Dumas has 2nd and 10, still 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends in the set, 1 on the left and 1 on the right. Now Escarcega comes to flank, and no, it's Gonzalez. They're going to fake it to Gonzalez, and then Ibanez tries to run forward up into the hole, and I do see Tate Butcher on part of that as well as Charlie Pitt. It'll be 3rd down, and that loses 3 yards, so 13.
Well, that interior of the Bushland lineup, they're winning the line of scrimmage right now as far as the running plays go.
All right, the receivers move to the left side this time. Still 2 tight ends in the set. Cole Garcia on the left, and then Johnny Gutierrez on the right. And I believe it's Nathan Gonzalez is the running back now.
Yes, sir.
And he is a pistol back in the pistol formation. 3rd down and 13. Ibanez is going to take it. Play action. Now he's in trouble. He rose. Let's go with the ball. Has Cole Garcia, the tight end. Garcia breaks a tackle before he's shoved out of bounds. He'll gain about 7 yards, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 6.
Well, that was almost pulled down by the rush of the Bushland football team, but Ibanez was able to pull away, look downfield, and find his receiver, gained a critical 6 or 7 yards right there. 4th down.
We're going to call it 4th and 7. Looks like Dumas going to go for it. They will send 3 receivers over to the right side, and then Hayden Waddell is the lone receiver on the left, and I think Gonzalez is still your pistol back. It's 4th down and 7. Now the back becomes a blocking back on the right side. Bushland shows blitz, but it's a quick kick.
Yeah.
That kind of surprised everyone, and then it takes a Bushland bounce, and Dumas marks it dead at the 17. I thought there might be an offsides call.
I thought they were offsides, too.
It was offsides. It just wasn't called. But, that's a great movement of the ball right there by Ibanez on that quick kick. You don't see that very often in football anymore.
So Bushland will have it on their 17, and they will come out and get ready because they're going to be high octane.
Yes, they are.
And I can tell you that I believe it's Jaden Tovar, Hector Panda, and Arnaldo Hernandez to begin the game up front. 1 receiver goes to the far right side, 1 to the left. 2 tight ends in the formation for Bushland. Jaco is the quarterback, and he has a running back flanking him on the right. Jaco's going to take it. He's going to look, and now he's going to try to do an out and up, and he has a receiver open. It's caught, and he's thrown out of bounds, but that's going to pick up about 25 yards. Emino Marquez defending on the play. Not sure who made the catch.
Well,
22.
that time down the sidelines, and a young man for defending for Dumas just didn't turn around.
All right, this time 2 receivers on the right. They're quickly coming. 1 on the left. Jaco takes it. This time he hands off to his running back trying to go inside. He'll cross the 50 and pick up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Well, the ability of Dumas to control this rushing attack of Bushland is going to be critical, just like the passing attack.
2 receivers this time, both sides for Bushland. Jaco has it, going back, looking left, throws it out to the left, has a receiver open. He's caught immediately by Parker Dunham. On the catch was Baylor King, and that will be 3rd down and short, about 3rd and 2.
Well, you can see the offense. They're just working on each edge right now.
This time 3 receivers go to the right, 1 to the left. They're in hurry-up mode. They're going to hand it off to the running back trying to get on the right side. He's going to have enough for a 1st down as he's kind of hogtied and rode down after a pickup down to the 43-yard line where Bushland will have 1st and 10.
Well, this up-tempo offense of Bushland.
3 receivers left. This time they're going to do that quick bubble screen. Dumas is there, and that makes maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tanner Cohen in on the tackle. Dumas making a substitute. I see Hector Pando coming in. It's 2nd down and 10. Now here comes a man in motion. They're going to hand him. They're trying to do the sweep around the left side. They got a good block.
Yep.
And I believe that's Tate Butcher. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Banez, but he will gain about 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 32.
Well, this tempo right now of Bushland has got Dumas defense kind of guessing.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now there's a blocking back on the right side. Jacob's going to hand it off, and carrying the ball is Ivan Soto, and I think he's going to be real close to a 1st down. It depends on the mark.
I couldn't see who made the first tackle or contact by Dumas, but, yeah, they're 3rd down and
it's going to be 4th and short or 1st. No, they're moving the change. It's going to be 1st down and 10.
Okay.
They're at the Bushland's at the Dumas 27-yard line, 28-yard. Jaco back to pass, looking right now. He's going to take it, and now he's going to throw it, heave it into the end zone. There's a battle for the ball, and it falls incomplete. Defending on the play was,
I think it was Eminole again.
I do too, and I'm not sure who it was intended for, but it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, it's just a jump ball down there on that because the quarterback couldn't find any place to go, and so he just went long.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Jaco now is going to send Soto in motion, fakes it to him, throws it out. Here's that bubble screen. Oh, Dumas defends that really well. Sabian Perry says, not on me. Baylor King on the reception. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, that's what you need, quick recognition and quick tackle. That's right.
Sabian Perry and Caden Vinzer are your outside linebackers. Angel Quiros and Aurelio Medrano, your inside. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. It's 3rd down and 12. Jaco back to pass. He's setting up a screen over on the right side, but he just overthrows everyone. And a Dumas guy comes in there to try to take out an offensive lineman, I think.
Yeah, that Caden Vinzer almost. I thought he was going to intercept it.
That's right. I saw Bushland throw an interception just like that in one of their games. So that was almost a critical turnover right there for the Dumas defense.
All right, it's going to be 4th down and 12. The ball at the Dumas 30. Bushland will have 3 receivers to the right. This is the slowest they've played.
Yeah.
And now they got 1 receiver on the left. They're all bunched in close to the line of scrimmage. Soto is a blocking back on the right side. Jaco takes it. He's back to pass. He's looking right. Now he's going to throw it deep down the end zone, and he's going to have a receiver. It's going to be a touchdown, 30-yard touchdown for Bushland.
Well, they're picking on number 4 right now. That's Emmanuel Marquez, and that's the 2 long completions that got him down there to that touchdown.
I think it was it Baylor King on the catch?
22.
22, so that's going to be Tate Butcher.
Tate Butcher, yes, sir.
And Bushland on for the extra point, which is brought to you by Panhandle Collision at 700 South Porter in Dumas. Kick is down, the ball's on the way, and it is good. So Bushland will take a 7-0 lead with 5:49 left in this first quarter. Let's see what the Demons can do when they get the ball here in a moment. Stay tuned for that. We will return.
Hi, I'm Quita Jones, pastor at First United Methodist Church in Dumas. Our church supports our demons and demonettes. And as we do, we invite you to participate in our ministry. Sunday mornings for worship at 10 a.m. in our sanctuary and on Facebook Live at FUMC of Dumas. Please come and experience new life in Jesus with us at First United Methodist Church.
All right, we are back. Bushland goes 83 yards. They score on a 30-yard pass play from Jaco, their quarterback, to Tate Butcher, and that's a 30-yard pass completion on 4th down, by the way, and they will lead 7-0. The extra point was good. 5:49 left in the quarter. The second kickoff is brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. They are your Lennox dealer here in Dumas. Dumas will have Luis Escarcega and Emino Marquez deep. They're standing on around their 10. And they've got a different kicker. It's almost an onside kick. Dumas better turn around and get on that ball or they're going to lose it. There's a scramble for it.
Yeah, there's a different technique on sort of
Dumas
kicking.
has it.
Dumas does get it, and they have good field possession. I'm not sure if they did that intentionally or if they just brought in a different kicker to see if he could kick it farther.
Jonathan Gutierrez came up with it.
Well, Jonathan was hot on the spot. Sabian Perry was backpedaling, getting ready to block somebody. That could have been bad.
Oh, it could have been, yeah. Well, Dumas just needs some success on offense right here to get things going.
2 receivers off to the right and 1 receiver on the left, and I believe Escarcega is the pistol back behind Ibanez. And now here comes a man in motion. They're going to hand it. No, they're going to fake it to him, and as Ibanez keeps it, he breaks a tackle. He's out in the open. Now the ball is down on the ground, and Bushland's going to get on it at the 33-yard line.
And is Ibanez slow to get up, or he just mad at himself?
He could be mad at himself.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that's a turnover right there that you don't really want to give up, especially after a nice gain right there and trying to gain back momentum. So unfortunate right there for the Dumas offense.
All right, 5:38 left in the quarter. Bushland has the ball their second time on their own 33-yard line. Ibanez had made close to 20 yards, if not 25, before the ball came out.
Yeah.
The safeties are Parker Dunham and Tanner Cohen, the cornerbacks, Emmanuel Ibanez and Emino Marquez. 1 receiver comes over here to the left side, 3 to the right side, and Jaco ready to go. Now he's going to send a man in motion, his back, and now he split out to the left as well. Now they're going to throw it to the guy who split out, Baylor King. He tries to make a leaping grab and just barely overthrown, but he had some separation.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He was 2 yards beyond the defense then and just overthrew the ball. So,
and if you'd look at that play again, he was really in motion going forward, and a flag probably should have been thrown. 2 receivers go out to the left and 1 to the right, a blocking back on the left. They're going to hand it off to Soto, trying to go inside, and he's just going to get mauled at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, well, Dumas is ready for that running play right then because they had everybody bunched up on their defensive side.
2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. This time Bushland slows down just a little bit. Jaco will be the quarterback, Soto the running back. Soto is in a pistol set. Now he moves over to the right, and now back to the left.
Yeah, there you are.
Takes the ball, Jaco does, back to pass, looking right all the way, has a receiver open. It's incomplete as he had the ball in his arms, and then it came out of his hands as he was hit by Emino Marquez. I believe that's Emino.
Yes, it is.
And so good defense there for Dumas. That'll force Bushland into their first punt today. And is Jaco their punter? He's in punt formation.
Apparently so.
Parker Dunham will go deep for the Demons. He'll be standing at his 35. Bushland does have 3 receivers, by the way, tight bundled here on the left and 1 on the right. And with Jaco as your quarterback, you never know. But he does kick the ball.
Oh, nice
it's a high kick. Dunham calls a fair catch and then lets it go over his head. Bushland's going to down it inside. I think they're going to mark it at the 10s where they touched it. Let's see.
Yeah, well, that's a great punt to change the field position right there. And Dumas now's got to go 90 yards for a touchdown. Great design right there by the Bushland Falcons.
They're going to spot it at the 11-yard line. That's where Bushland touched it. 4:43 left in this first quarter. Bushland on top, 7-0. We'll get that offensive line for you here in just a moment. Dumas will have 2 receivers off to the right and 3 to the left. Empty backfield for Ibanez. This could be interesting. We don't see this much. Here comes a man in motion, and they're going to fake it to him. Ibanez keeps it. He goes back around the left side, and he'll pick up 2 yards before he's tackled. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
He was tackled by number 2, Matthew Bridges. He's their linebacker. So Dumas is trying to get Ibanez from some space so he can run. But so far right now, Bushland's hanging in there.
Dalton Levin, Keegan Ireland, Rodrigo Martinez, maybe Hector Pando and Thunder Mayo are your offensive linemen. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and now we're in that 2 wing back. The ball is fumbled on the snap, and then Ibanez is mauled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be about a 5-yard loss.
There's a flag down here, and we're going to find out in motion maybe. I don't know.
Maybe offsides. Maybe that's why they were in the backfield so quickly.
Could be.
See what happens here.
If it's motion, they're going to decline it. I would.
Illegal formation. Too many men in the backfield, that's what he said.
All right, it's going to be – go ahead, Dennis.
I just started these mistakes are going to compound the offense for Dumas if they can't get it straightened out.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 13. The ball back at the 8-yard line. 1 receiver splits off to the left, 2 to the right. And, again, Bushland right there. They're going to show blitz from both sides. Ibanez back to pass. He's under trouble. He escapes the rush, and then he's going to get out to the 10-yard line, and he's finally tackled by a host of Bushland Falcons. But he'll gain a couple of yards back, and it will bring up 4th down and 10.
It looks like Falcons has kind of taken over from where Perriton did. They stand the running back up and then try to strip the ball away from him.
Ibanez is your punter. Deep for Bushland will be Cole Purcell on this side, and I can't quite.
12.
Yeah, Cole Purcell and Baylor King.
Yeah.
They're standing on the Dumas 45. Bushland showing a heavy rush. Now they back out of it. It's going to be a lower kick. It's going to go towards the Dumas sideline, take a big Dumas bounce, and bounce out at about the 39, 40-yard line. And that's where Bushland will have their 3rd possession.
Well, about a 10-yard gain once the ball hit the ground, started bouncing forward. So
that was a 51-yard punt.
51.
I'll tell you what, that was a needed 51-yard punt at that point.
Absolutely, yeah.
Man.
That's right.
All right, Bushland leads 7-0 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. This will be their 3rd possession of the night. They will send 3 receivers to the right, and then they're going to have 1 receiver over here to the left. That will be Purcell. Jaco is going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off to Soto. They're trying to get around the right side. He's kind of a little June bug type running back, and he gets around the corner. He'll go forward to the 45. So he picks up about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Yeah.
Bushland ready to go again. And they're going to, play action, then throw it across the middle. They do have a receiver open. He's blanketed by Ibanez and tackled immediately. That was Cole Purcell on the catch. It'll be enough for a 1st down unless there's a flag on the play, which I do see a flag on the far side.
Oh. I know that was something the coaches saw on film, that if you can get enough pressure, their linemen are trying to go down and block.
Oh, really?
And so that's what happened on that play. It was a legal man downfield.
Okay.
So it's going to remain 2nd down. Backs it up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Jaco tried to fake everyone out, and now he's going to look over at the sideline. He's ready to go again. Has a back next to him. That's Soto on his left. Dumas ready to go. Back to pass is Jaco. He's looking left, throws it left, has Purcell open, and a one-on-one tackle made by Ibanez. Purcell will have yardage out to the 47 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 at that point, so he nearly made enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's soft coverage then.
All right, this just be a quarterback keeper for Jaco, and he goes inside. He'll gain the yard he needed down to the 49, and Bushland will have another first down.
Well, 1:50 to go in this first quarter. Dumas now down 7-0, and Bushland's got the ball.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Soto is the blocking back on the right. Now sends a man in motion to the right. They pitch it to him. He's trying to get around the corner. He can't do it. Good recognition, I think, from Emino Marquez to come up from the cornerback and make the tackle. That'll gain 1 yard. On the carry was Baylor King. 2nd down and 9. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left again for Jaco. He's going to take the ball. He's back to pass. He looks like he's looking down the middle. He throws it down the middle, and he has a receiver open, and Parker Dunham will bring him in, and I believe that was Baylor King on the carry. And at first I thought everyone was covered, and he just threw it to the middle of the field, and then all of a sudden it was a catch.
Well, that's a nice down and end pattern right there, and the quarterback got the ball to him.
2 receivers again to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Jaco takes it. This time he's going to hand it off to Soto. There's going to be a flag throwing in, and I would imagine that's in the holding territory. It's going to gain a couple of yards. It's 1st and goal, and so let's see what the penalty is.
That's it.
So it's going to be 1st and goal again, this time back at the 18.
Just took a tackle away from Pierce there. We'll take the penalty, though.
Yeah.
Bushland will have 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Soto will be to the right of Jaco.
Got 1-on-1 on each end.
Jaco ready to go. He's going to send a man in motion. Now he's going back to pass. He's looking right. Now he's kind of under pressure. Throws it across the middle. We had a tip drill, and I think Bushland came up with it on the 8-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Yes, they did. It was a tip ball just right into the Bushland hands.
Bushland, now I'll tell you something in a moment. They go so quick. When they made a substitute, Dumas needs to bring someone in because they have to wait for that.
Yeah.
2 receivers are to the right, 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 8. Jaco's going to take the ball, and now he's going to throw it into the corner, and he overthrows his intended receiver. And I believe that was Austin Ryder, the intended receiver, Emino Marquez defending. That's going to be it for the first quarter. It's 7-0 right now. Bushland has a lead over Dumas. And Bushland has 3rd and goal on the 8. We'll be back for the second quarter. Stay tuned to all of this. Bushland on top, 7-0.
Since 1951, Broxton's in Sunray has been a proud sponsor of area athletics. Uncle Bobby and his family understand the value of teamwork and determination and wish the best for all of our student athletes this year. We invite you to come in and take a look at our great selection of furniture, appliances, electronics, and carpet. Come see us today at Broxton's, 315 Main in Sunray, where it pleases us to please you.
Beeson Morrison Funeral Directors maintains the tradition and the heritage that was started in 1943. We pride ourselves on our service and our dedication to the Dumas, Stratford, and Sunray, Texas communities and the families we serve. We're proud to be Dumas's only locally owned funeral home. We're not just your funeral directors, we're your friends and neighbors and proud supporters of the Dumas Demons, Demonettes, Sunray Bobcats, and Lady Cats.
All right, we're ready for the second quarter to get underway. Dumas has our trail 7-0. Bushland has 3rd down and goal, the ball setting at the 9-yard line. They now come to the west end of the field. Bushland will send 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Jaco will be the quarterback. Soto is the running back. He's on the right side as well. Big 3rd down play here. 3rd and goal for Bushland. Jaco takes it, looking left all the way, throws it across the middle, and just overthrows his intended receiver. But I imagine the intended receiver's glad it's overthrown because he was about to get lit up.
He saw the defense coming right then, yeah.
Looks like they may kick a field goal here.
Well, they do bring a field goal team out, and it's going to be number 31, so that is their kicker.
Yeah.
Zedro Carroll will set to kick off, or to kick a field goal. It'll be a 26-yard field goal attempt. Holding will be Jesse Cantrell. The ball's down, the kick's on the way, and it's going to be good. It's kind of hard to tell from here.
Yeah.
So Bushland will make it a 10-0 lead with 11:52 left in the half. We'll take a break and come back for that Bushland kickoff.
In Dumas and Delhart, Wesco Rental is a hometown company you can call for high-quality rental equipment and tools for nearly any project, professional or home. And also pick up everything you need to celebrate. Try our popcorn machine to give your parties that extra pop, or sweeten the day with our cotton candy machine. With bouncers, snow cone machines, and a margarita machine, Wesco Rental will make it an event to remember. Give us a call at 935-7185 or come by 234 West 1st and let us make your perfect party a snap.
We're back at the Dumas Demon Football Stadium. Bushland this time goes 62 yards. They score a 26-yard field goal by Ysidro Carroll. And so Bushland will lead 10-0, and we have 11:52 left in the half. That was the second play of the second quarter. Bushland set to kick off again. This kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. You can call them 806-683-2665, and trust me, they will help you out. Here is the kickoff. It's going to be a short kick again. Dumas runs up. Takes one bounce. It's going to be nabbed there. Dumas gets to the outside and then gets hogtied at the 43-yard line. And I'm not sure who was on the carry. Was that Gutierrez?
It was Gutierrez.
88. Well, that's good recognition by him because the ball had a high bounce, and once he pulled it down, he just lowered his head and started running. So good recognition by him.
Dumas will have it on their own 43-yard line. They'll have 1st and 10. Ibanez will send 3 receivers over to the right, and then one to the left, has one back in the backfield, pistol back. Bushland showing blitz, and here they come, but Escar Sagan nearly escapes, but he's going to lose a yard, and Dennis wanting an offsides call there.
Obviously it was offside, but didn't call. Lost a yard on that.
2nd down and 11. 3 receivers still split out to the right, and then Hayden Waddell is your lone receiver on the left. Escarcega is still your pistol back behind Ibanez. Ibanez takes the snap, back to pass, looks right. Oh, he has Oliver Ortiz open. It's a foot race. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Oliver Ortiz.
Wow. I tell you what, that was a beautiful passing catch right there. I told you we needed one of those passes for 20 yards or more, and that was it right there.
Well, Coach told us this week that could work, and it just did. And Dumas comes out in the swinging gate, and this extra point brought to you by Panhandle Collision. If you have hail damage, give them a call for your paintless dent repair. Let's see if Dumas goes for 2 or if they bring in the field goal team. And they swing it over to Escarcega, and he just short at the 1-yard line. And good awareness from Bushland, but Dumas does get on the board. It's 10-6. Come back for that Dumas Demon kickoff. It'll be coming up in just a moment.
The golden rule is no inconsequential thing. At Happy State Bank, it's the very thing that drives everything we do, which might explain why we've been around since 1908 and why at nearly 60 locations across the great state of Texas, we're treating our customers the way we'd want to be treated, like family. And if you ask us, or any of our customers for that matter, that's worth more than its weight in gold. To learn more about joining our happy family, visit happybank.com, member FDIC. Happy State Bank, always bank on the bright side.
Bartlett's Lumber and Hardware here in Dumas has everything you will need to start and complete any project.
All right, they're running out on the field. We'll get Bartlett's covered on that next time out. Dumas, a 58-yard touchdown pass from Emmanuel Ibanez to Oliver Ortiz. Extra point, no good as Dumas goes for 2, and that makes it 10-6. Victor Morales set to kick off, and the kickoff is brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. Come and see them at 519 North Dumas Avenue. See what kind of kickoff he will have for Dumas's first kickoff.
He's been kicking deep.
Has the wind behind him, and he does boot it. And Bushland's going to nab it at the 5. They're coming straight up the middle of the field. There's a block behind the back, and that run out's going to be all the way to the 41-yard line. And I couldn't catch the number of the guy running nor who from Dumas who got him.
It was number 4 that was running. Tanner Cohen got a big hit on him.
All right, Tanner Adams tackled by Tanner Cohen.
That's right.
Well, the young man fielded the ball inside the 10-yard line, brought it all the way back out to the Dumas, to their own, I guess you could say, 41-yard line.
That was one of the longest returns anyone's had against Dumas this year.
Yeah.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Soto is running back. He's just to the right of Jacob. Jaco. Now he goes in motion back to the left. They're going to try that bubble screen, and Dumas is there to kind of blow it up. And Vinzer was the first one to get a little hand on him, and then he had some help coming in. It gains 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Well, Vinzer was there to make the tackle and just happened to get blocked out of the play.
3 receivers to the right this time. This time they're going to hand it to Soto. He's trying to go to the left side, and he's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Dumas does a good job stringing that out and then coming up to make a tackle. That may have been Parker Dunham.
Well, Parker Dunham, I think, along with Saban Perry over there. 3rd and long.
So 3rd down and 6. The ball at the 45-yard line. They have to get to Dumas territory at the 49. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Jaco looking things over, has a running back standing to his right. He's back to pass. Sending out receivers, throwing it to the left. Has a receiver open. It's going to be a touchdown. I think they caught someone not napping, or I would really like to see that because I would imagine there was a pick somewhere.
Well, I don't know, but if you're on the outside one-on-one and you look to the inside and you forget your receiver, he's going down the sideline. That's going to be a touchdown, so yeah.
And on the catch, I believe, was Baylor King, and he goes 59 yards. This extra point brought to you by Panhandle Collision, 700 South Porter. So right now, a game of big plays.
Yeah.
Kick is down, and the kick is good. Bushland will lead 17-6 with 9:56 left in this first half. We'll take a timeout and come back for another Bushland kickoff, so stay tuned for that.
Bartlett's Lumber and Hardware here in Dumas has everything you will need to start and complete any project. If you need lumber, glass, roofing, paint, hardware, or plumbing supplies, come to Bartlett's and allow one of our knowledgeable salespersons to help you. For great prices and excellent customer service, remember Bartlett's Lumber and Hardware at 920 Dumas Avenue or call 935-8182.
If you think Cultivate of Dumas is just all about plants and flowers, well, think again. While they do have a beautiful variety of flowers and plants, along with whatever your yard needs to stay green, weed-free, and growing strong all summer long, they also have clothing and accessories, gifts, and home goods. Pop in and see them today at 503 North Maddox, 935-2894. Cultivate of Dumas.
Bushland connects on a 55-yard pass and catch from Jaco to Baylor King. Extra point's good at 17-6. Bushland set to kick off. This kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heat and Air Conditioning. Give them a call for your air conditioning needs. Dumas is going to bring it in at about the 25. That's Waddell with it. He goes forward to the 38. And Dumas will have 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
Well, as you said, Darrell, it's been a game of big plays right now. They've had a couple of big, long touchdown passes, and then Dumas had that 58-yarder to Ortiz. Right now we're down. Dumas is down 17-6 in the second quarter.
Dumas will be in the wingback set, so they have 2 backs in, and then they have a receiver to the right and the left, and then in the slot is there a receiver closer to the line of scrimmage. Gonzalez goes in motion. They're going to hand it to him up the middle, and that may have been the best running play Dumas has had today. It gains 3 yards to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's right. I saw Waddell out here on this side one-on-one. He had an inside slant if they wanted to call it to him. But as it is, that running play gained, 3 yards?
2 receivers to the left and then 1 to the right. Still the 2 backs in that wing set, Gonzalez and Escarcega. Bushland showing blitz. Back to pass is Ibanez, and that's going to be whistled dead because Dumas had a player take off early, the slot receiver there.
Well, penalties and fumbles and stuff like that is just what gets you behind the chains, and you just can't afford that whenever you're trying to catch up being down 17-6.
It's going to be 2nd and 12, the ball back at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers still split to the left and then 1 to the right. Same formation with the 2 wing backs in the formation, Escarcega and Gonzalez. Ibanez takes the ball. This time he's going to hand off, trying to come around the left side, and being slung down is Gonzalez. Maybe an Escarcega, I'm not sure.
Yes, sir, Escarcega.
So he's going to lose a couple of yards. It will be 3rd down and 13.
Well, that play right then ran right into the strength of the defense because they were waiting on that play to come around.
Escarcega comes out. Gonzalez stays in. He's going to be in a pistol back formation. 3 receivers go to the right this time. Waddell is your lone receiver on the left. 3rd down and 13. Dumas needs to get out to their own 47-yard line. Here comes a blitz. Back to pass is Ibanez. He's in trouble now. He just tucks the ball. Gets a good block out here on this side. He goes forward down the Dumas sideline, steps out of bounds at the 42, picks up about 7 yards, but it's going to be about 6 yards short. It'll be 4th and 6.
Well, that'll help on his punt, that's for sure. He'll probably get it off the punt probably around Dumas. Are they going to go for it? Sure.
Nah, they're in punt.
Oh, okay.
They're punt set.
Yeah, he's going to be standing. Ibanez is on about the 30-yard line. He's going to kick, and they're going to receive it probably about the 20, 25-yard line.
King and Purcell deep for Bushland. They're showing pressure heavy up the middle. It's a good snap. Ibanez gets it away. It's a great punt. It goes over everybody's head. Oh, it's bobbled back at the 5-yard line. King picks it up, and he's going to get tackled at the 10. So another good job of punting from Emmanuel Ibanez. Good punt coverage down there as well.
Oh, yeah. I thought they'd receive it probably somewhere around the 20-yard line, but as it is, they're going to start with 8:03 to go in this first half. Bushland's up, 17-6, but they're going to start on their own 10-yard line.
I don't think they worry about where they start. They just worry about coming out and going as fast as they can.
I think you're right.
All right, they're going to send 1 receiver out to the left and 2 to the right. And I think they have a tight end in the formation on the right. He's a blocking back on the right. They're going to hand it off to Soto. He's trying to go up in the middle. He's going to run into
Aurelio
Medrano for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, right now Bush has got one-on-one on the outside edge. With Jaco throwing the pass, I'd be concerned about that.
Well, they've got one-on-one both edges.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left this time. Tanner Cohen is guarding the inside receiver. Jaco takes it, play action, throws it across the middle, and it goes incomplete. Tanner Cohen there defending on the play. It was a kind of a tip drill. As soon as it was tipped by Baylor King, then Cohen was there.
Well, I tell you what, I thought Dunham there, Parker Dunham, had a chance to maybe catch it right there as a linebacker spot.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10. This is a down where the Dumas defense really needs to get off the field.
Oh, it's big right now. Yes.
3 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right, and then Soto is standing to the left of Jaco. Jaco gets it. He's straight drop back. He's looking to this sideline, picking on Emino, but great defense. Emino nearly jumps the route. That ball intended for Purcell. It'll be 4th down and 10.
I tell you, Pierce was close coming off.
That's what I started saying. He was working hard.
I thought he was going to get a tip.
I did too, yeah.
Well, I'm all for Pierce today, and when you just go nuts, then we're just going to let you go, all right? You deserve it.
Well, that's a great defensive effort right there for the Dumas Demons, and they needed that big time.
Parker Dunham standing at midfield, 7.5 minutes left in this first half. Bushland leads 17-6. It's a quick kick coming over towards the Dumas sideline. Now it
just get away.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of a bounce, but Dumas will have good field possession on the Bushland 49-yard line. And again, 7:16 left in the half. Bushland on top, 6-17.
Well, I'm going to say a big series of downs right here for the Dumas Demons. At 7:16 to go in this first half, down 17-6. They've had some success. They just need to continue with that success.
2 receivers off to the right, 2 to the left. And I think it's Escarcega, the pistol back behind Ibanez.
It's Gonzalez.
It's Gonzalez, the pistol back behind Gonzalez, behind Ibanez. 1st and 10. The ball is at midfield. Now Gonzalez comes up to the right. He gets the ball coming back to the left. He gets around the corner almost.
Man.
He does cross midfield and gets to the 48-yard line. So he picks up about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Just got tripped up by an ankle tackle by a guy diving for his feet.
I'm going to get excited when Dumas puts their 2 receivers on the left like they are and the one on the right bunched in closer to the line of scrimmage. This could be really fun. Gonzalez is your running back. Back to pass is Ibanez, but he is in big-time trouble. And so the fun that was going to be was broken up by the pressure. And coming in is one of those linebackers. I believe that was it was number 20. So that would have been Jake Suggs.
Well, I don't know if he didn't have anybody open downfield. Apparently not. But that time the pass defense beat the Dumas offense.
Yeah, I think that what he's going to try to do at that point needs a little bit more time to set up.
Well, it's 3rd and long now, 3rd and 15.
2 receivers left and right for Ibanez. Gonzalez is his setback. Back to pass is Ibanez. They're going to try a screen. They got Nathan open. He's going to catch the ball but get hit immediately. Good recognition from Cole Purcell. He comes up to make the tackle.
Yeah.
It's going to be at midfield again, so maybe 49, so it'll be 4th and 11. Dumas probably will kick the ball away. We have 5:45 left in the half, and Bushland on top 17-6.
Well, yeah, we've seen that screen pass work for big yardage against other opponents, but tonight it didn't work.
Bushland will have Purcell and King deep. They're standing at their 10-yard line. Ibanez is the punter. Good snap. Boy, he kicks another beauty, and this one is going to hit and then bounce into the end zone. So Bushland will have it on the 20-yard line with 5:23 left.
Well, again, on that last previous series of downs by the Bushland Falcons, Dumas was able to snuff it out and get a kick, but then Dumas couldn't do anything with their opportunity. Now then we go back to Bushland. That ball starting on the 20-yard line.
Dumas defense is ready to go, and Bushland comes onto the field. They're going to be more than ready. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Soto is the running back to the left of Jaco. It's 1st down and 10, the ball at the 20. Here comes a man in motion back to the left, and they give it to Soto trying to come up the left. Boy, he has an opening. I don't know how he made it through all of that. But he ends up gaining 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Well, he just kept his eyes looking ahead and really quick feet.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Jaco in a hurry. He's going to take it, hand it off to Soto. Oh, Jaden Tovar meets him and nearly has him behind the line of scrimmage, but second effort from Soto crosses the 30. They'll move the chains. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, well, right now Bushland is running the ball 2 or 3 times in a row. Look for a downfield pass.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Jaco looking over to the sideline. 1st and 10 on the 30. We're at 4:46 left in the half. Bushland on top, 17-6. Now they bring one receiver back to the right. So to the right, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. A blocking back on the left side. Dumas shows blitz on the far side. And now Jaco rolls out. He's going to throw it across the middle. And it's going to fall incomplete. Oh, my goodness.
No.
I'm sorry, but you can't. The player can't call that.
Well, and Pierce, somebody grabbed his jersey where it popped out of his pads. But that wasn't called. Oh, my gosh.
They called that on Tanner Cohen, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to say it right now. That was not pass interference. Baylor King called that, and the official said, I agree with him today.
Yeah. Well, 4:26 to go in this first half. Dumas down 17-6 off of 2 big plays by the Bushland Falcons.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. The ball now on the Bushland 41. Jaco has it. He straight drop back looking left. Now he's going to throw it down the middle looking for a receiver. And I don't know how he caught it, but they do that very well.
Well, they do. I would have called pass
Yeah, call
on the
offensive pass
offense.
interference. He pushed off to get it.
Well, don't get me started because I'm still amped up about last week when Caprock and Canyon played.
Yeah.
2 receivers left and right. This time they're going to hand it off to Soto. He has an opening, and I'm sorry, but there's 3 holes in there, and that's what broke him. And then Bushland's coming up like we didn't do anything.
And at 22 for Bushland, he was looking around, holding his hands up. I didn't do it. Well, no call, but it is. Doesn't make any difference. Bushland's going to score.
Yeah, Bushland's going to score from about 23 out, and they will make it 23-6. And Carroll on to kick the extra point. Holding will be Cantrell. There is the snap. The ball's down. The kick's on the way, and it is good. And Bushland will make it 24-6. And we have 4:10 left in this half. Let's see if the Demons can get on the board when we come back. You're listening to Dumas Demon Football broadcast presented by the DEDC. We'll be back.
You've got to think Wink for AC repair or installation. Think Wink for AC with 0 aggravation. Winkleman Heating and Air Conditioning.
Think Winkleman Heating and Air, 501 South Dumas Avenue for repair or replacement. 806-935-6327.
Think Wink.
287 Roadhouse at 1621 South Dumas Avenue in Dumas offers the best steaks in the Panhandle, cooked the way you love them, along with fresh seafood. Plus, 287 Roadhouse will be streaming Dumas Demon Football this season. Come in and check out our great menu today at the place to be. 287 Roadhouse, 1621 South Dumas Avenue, 806-935-0287.
At Jack Oldham Oil Incorporated, we are family owned and operated.
Bushland goes 80 yards. They score on a 27-yard touchdown run by running back Soto. Here's the kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. Dumas brings it in at the 15, trying to run back to the Dumas sideline. They get it out to the 22, and on the return is Nathan Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he brings the ball back out. Where are they going to put it? On this 20.
Looks like it's going to be on the 23.
23. 4:03 to go in the second half. Excuse me, the first half.
Bushland on top, 24-6. Let's see if the Dumas offense can get untracked here again.
Yeah.
1 receiver goes to the right, 3 to the left, and then a single back in the backfield, and I think that's Escarcega. He now comes up as a blocking back on the right. Dumas gets it, bobbles the ball, and then Ibanez just keeps it. He crosses the 20, gets to the 21. He loses a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 11.
Guys, and he got hit helmet to helmet on that play and came up a little slow.
And bent over backwards, looks to me like. Not sure why he fumbled the ball. Maybe he's looking to make a play. I don't know, but as it is, really put Dumas behind the chains whenever they really need to go forward.
2nd down and 11. 3 receivers this time to the right. Waddell's the lone receiver on the left. Ibanez ready to go. He's going to take the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking right, throws right, has a receiver wide open. He catches it, turns back upfield. He'll get real close to the first down. I think he has it. And was that Jace Harris on the catch?
Johnny Marquez.
Johnny Marquez. Thank you.
They are moving the chains.
It's going to be a 1st down for Dumas at the 33-yard line. This time the 3 receivers move to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and Escarcega is the running back. Now he comes up and he goes to the right, and he's going to take a quick swing pass coming to the right, and I was going to say that was good defense by number 9, I believe, Weston Forbes. He showed some speed.
Yes, he did.
Excuse me, I think it was number 8, Austin Ryder.
Yes, it was. Well, where's Ortiz? Oh, he's on the far side over there, isn't it? Yeah, 2:43 to go in this first half. Dumas now down 24-6. Excuse me.
It's going to be 2nd and 9. That play picks up a yard. Dumas kind of content to go real slow. 3 receivers off to the left, and then Oliver Ortiz is your lone receiver on the right.
He's one-on-one.
Ibanez now is going to put his back as a blocker on the left side. He's going to take it play action. He keeps it up the middle. He has a big hole. He gets out to the 41-yard line, and he'll pick up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And he is slow to get up. I mean, he's up, but it looks like he's kind of hurting a little bit.
2 receivers again for Dumas to the right, 2 to the left. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Dumas needs to get to the 43. The ball's at the 40. Has one back in the backfield, the pistol back. That's Escarcega. Now he sends a man in motion, fakes it to him. Ibanez keeps it. He has an opening. He's in across midfield. It's a foot race. Emmanuel Ibanez, touchdown, Dumas Demons.
Boy, have we waiting all game long to see that happen. And that was he's a track star, and he was really showing out on that one right there. 1:25 to go in the ball game. I mean, the first half.
All right, this extra point brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. The extra point brought to you by Panhandle Collision. Give them a call, 935-9226. Now Dumas comes in with the regular field goal formation with Victor Morales.
Yeah.
Parker Dunham holding. $1:35 left in this first half. Ball's down, kicks on the way. Kick's good. Dumas makes it 24-13 with that minute and a half left in this first half. Come back for the Dumas Demon kickoff. We'll be ready for it. Stay tuned. Come right back.
Designs and More is proud to support our local youth. By choosing Designs and More, you can be assured of high quality, excellent service, and fast turnaround. From 1 t-shirt to 1,000, no order too big or too small. Designs and More is your headquarters for screen printing, digital printing, signs, banners, and decals. Designs and More can also help your organization with fundraising. For more information, call Designs and More at 935-7518 or stop in at 608 South Dumas Avenue.
Springtime in the Panhandle means that occasional thunderstorm, and sometimes occasional thunderstorm means hail. If your car gets damaged by hail or anything else, there is no better place to take it than Dickey's Body Shop in Dumas. Chad Henry and his crew at Dickey's are ready to make sure that your car is restored to being just like new once again. Give them a call to schedule an appointment today at 806-935-6333. Dickey's Body Shop, 319 North Dumas Avenue in Dumas.
Dumas goes 77 yards. It's a 60-yard run by Emmanuel Ibanez. The extra point was good. It's now 24-13 with 1:35 left in the half. This kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. You call them with the need, I promise you, they'll try to help you. There is the kick. It will go into the end zone, and they'll back it up and take a knee, and Bushland will have it on the 25-yard line with 1:35 left in the half.
Well, do you think they'll come out throwing the ball, or are they going to come out and try to run the ball, run time off, or go in there with this 11-point lead?
Well, as quick as they can score, I think they're going to try.
I don't think they're going to go from their routine, and their routine is to take off.
A tempo ball and throw it long. They've been running the ball the last couple of series with that Soto kid.
They have all 3 timeouts. So
okay.
Well, they kind of got a different formation than we've seen. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with Jaco. They're flanking him. Now they're going to send one of them in motion, but they are going to give it to Soto, and he had a huge hole up there. And then coming in to make a tackle is Tanner Cohen after a 6-yard gain. Cohen just saved a touchdown.
Yeah, that's kind of a misdirection play right there. The full flow of the offense went on one side, and the backside is where the ball went.
Going to be 2nd down and 3. Now Bushland back with 2 receivers left and right and only 1 back in the backfield. They're just trying to do a little trickery with the 2 backs in the backfield.
Yep. Right now you got 1-on-1 on each side.
Well, they have slowed it down, which surprises me.
Yeah, me too. 57 seconds to go in this first half.
10 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers left and right. Dumas kind of in a zone this time. They're going to hand it to Soto. He's coming over to the left side trying to get around the corner, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And on the tackle was Vinzer. And that will be stop the clock, but it'll be enough for a first down out to the 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bushland there. Here's where I think they may start chunking it again.
I think they got enough confidence in their offense to run the clock down and then throw a ball into the end zone or whatever it might be, but a long vertical maybe.
3 receivers off to the left and 1 to the right. And they are going to hand it off to Soto. He's going to try to come around the left side. He gets some yardage, about 5 yards out to the 44. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Well, why are they having success running the ball with Soto? Are they pulling a tackle, offside tackle? I haven't been able to keep up with that.
I think we're so pass worried that they've got us kind of on our heels right now.
Well, 3 down linemen, and that going to indicate a running attack, that's for sure. 3 down defensive linemen talk about.
This could be the last play of the half. They don't have to run a play. They may not. They may be happy with a halftime lead at 24-13.
Obviously they are.
And that is going to be halftime. It's 24-13. Bushland leads at halftime over the Dumas Demons. And we'll let you know how all of that first half took place. We'll also have some halftime statistics. We'll check on some scores from around the area. We'll do all of this when we come back in a moment. Stay tuned. The halftime show is on its way. This Dumas Demon football broadcast presented by the Dumas Economic Development Corporation.
At Witt Motors, 400 North Dumas Avenue in Dumas, we strive to maintain the highest levels of integrity and professionalism in every area of our used cars for sale business, which is our customers' right to expect and our privilege to provide. We offer an extensive inventory of used cars, trucks, and SUVs available for sale at competitive prices. You don't have to take our word for it. We let our sales, service, and parts speak for themselves. Witt Motors, 400 North Dumas Avenue, 806-935-5607. The Dumas Co-op was founded in 1947 by a group of farmers who possessed a strong work ethic, focus, and singleness of mind in building a 24,000 bushel facility which has grown over the years to approximately 9 million bushels. They recognize those same qualities in the Dumas Demon football team and wish them the best this season. From your friends at the Dumas Co-op, 600 Twitchell in Dumas.
Summer is here, and the last thing that you want to hear is that your air is out. The good news is, if you have a problem, Goodwin Heating and Air is at your service. Matt Goodwin and his crew are the experts when it comes to making sure your house stays cool in these miserable panhandle temperatures. They're proud to be the region's full-service Lennox dealer. Call 806-683-2665 today. Goodwin Heating and Air.
Texas license number TACLB 69385C.
Life is a series of moments. Big moments, small moments, moments you want to bottle up so they can last forever. At Edward Jones, we want you to make the most of all of them. Whether you're planning a trip of a lifetime, retirement, or just need some everyday advice along the way. That's why Edward Jones financial advisors like me work with you to build personalized strategies for today and tomorrow. Life is for living. Let's partner through it all. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Bob Brinkman. Call me at 806-934-8378. Edward Jones is member SIPC.
Stidham Insurance is proud to serve customers in Moore County and beyond. When you need to protect your home and auto, Stidham Insurance is there. Do you want to give your family the peace of mind through life insurance? Stidham Insurance is there. Does your business need a custom policy to protect you when something goes wrong? You guessed it, Stidham Insurance is there. Call Stidham Insurance at 806-935-4191 or drop in to see them at 200 East 1st Street. That's Stidham Insurance in Dumas.
It is summertime, and you are bound to be driving places. Whether you are headed into town for date night or headed out of town for a vacation, make sure your car is clean as a whistle with a trip to Jack's Car Wash. Jack's has 2 Dumas locations to serve you, with the south side location at 1124 South Dumas Avenue and the east side location at 915 East 1st Street. Don't be the guy or the girl with the dirty car. Get your ride nice and shiny with first-class service from the professionals. That's Jack's Car Wash in Dumas.
Whether you're thinking about moving your family or your company, Dumas extends a Texas-sized welcome and full community services to make your relocation a success. The Dumas Economic Development Corporation is here to support and help however we can. Our schools, our mild climate, our excellent transportation, our growing economy, and our proximity to a major metropolitan area all combine to make Dumas a great place to visit, a great place to work, and a great place to live. The DEDC is located at 900 North Dumas Avenue, or you can call 934-3332.
Your good neighbor
neighbors at State Farm Insurance, Brett Stiegel agent, 610 East 1st Street in Dumas, wish the Dumas Demons the very best this season. We're proud of all of our area athletes and our wonderful school systems. We wish them success in all of their endeavors on and off the field. Remember State Farm Insurance agent Brett Stiegel for all of your insurance needs. Give him a call today at 806-935-9191. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Demons and fear the fort.
It's time for halftime highlights and statistics brought to you by First Baptist Church of Dumas, located at the corner of 5th and Bliss.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Fans on both sides on their feet. This is for all of the marbles in the can. Can you believe it? This is incredible.
Do you get as excited about our students' success as I do? This is Zane Powers, student minister at First Baptist Church, and I'm excited about what is in store for our students this year. Join us on Wednesday night for our junior high and high school Bible studies at 7 p.m. in the upper room. We worship on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. and on Sunday evenings at 5:15 p.m. First Baptist Church on the corner of 5th and Bliss, where there's room for every heart.
And we are at Dumas Demon Stadium. Bushland leads here at halftime 24-13. Dumas took the opening kickoff, and they made one first down and then was forced to punt the ball to Bushland. Bushland took over on their 17. They drove downfield. They had fourth down on the Dumas 30-yard line, and then Jaco connected with Butcher for a 30-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good. That made it 7-0. On Dumas' second possession of the night, after a big run, there was a fumble on the play, and Bushland took over on their 33-yard line, but this time they went to a 3-and-out and punted the ball back to Dumas. Dumas was unable to move the ball. They punted back to Bushland. Bushland, as we started the second quarter, or with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, moved downfield. They got into field goal range, and that's when they came to a fourth down and goal, and they settled for a 26-yard field goal by Carroll, and that made the score 10-0. Dumas finally got on the board with 10:58 left in the first half. Dumas took over on their 43-yard line, and on the second play of scrimmage, Emmanuel Ibanez found Oliver Ortiz across the middle, and Ortiz beat everyone to the end zone. That made the score 10-6. The extra point, no good. On Bushland's very next possession, they were able to go 59 yards, but it was mainly a 59-yard pass from Jaco to Baylor King. That made the score 17-6. Both teams exchanged punts a couple of times, and when Bushland got the ball with 5:23 left, they were able to move 80 yards downfield, and they scored on a 27-yard run by their running back, Ivan Soto. That made the score 24-6 with 4:03 left in the first half. Dumas took over after that score on their 23, and with 1:35 left in the half, it was Emmanuel Ibanez from 60 yards out to make the score 24-13. Here's how that first touchdown went, that pass from Emmanuel Ibanez to Oliver Ortiz. Ibanez takes the snap, back to pass, looks right. Oh, he has Oliver Ortiz open. Oh, it's a foot race. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Oliver Ortiz. And then Emmanuel Ibanez on his 55-yard run, it was like this. The backfield, the pistol back, that's Escarcega. Now he sends a man in motion, fakes it to him. Ibanez keeps it. He has an opening. He's in across midfield. It's a foot race. Emmanuel Ibanez, touchdown, Dumas Demons. And so that's the way those two plays sounded. And again, 24-13 here at halftime. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Zane's going to have all of the halftime stats for you, so stay tuned for that. We'll be back in about 40 seconds.
In Texas, people get excited about Friday Night Lights. In John 8:12, Jesus says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." At First Baptist Church Dumas, we have made it our mission for over 125 years to let that light shine in our community. Join us on Sundays for Sunday school at 9 o'clock and morning worship at 10:30, and on Sunday evenings for our worship at 5:15. This is Zane Powers, student minister at First Baptist Church, where there's room for every heart.
Great is your faithfulness, oh God.
And welcome back to Demon Stadium, where the Demons trail Bushland at halftime 24-13. Again, Bushland scores the first 10 points of the ball game. Dumas answers in the second quarter on a 58-yard pass from Emmanuel Banez to Oliver Ortiz. The two-point conversion was no good, so made the score 10-6. Bushland again, 2 straight touchdowns. Dumas answers back right before halftime on a 60-yard run from Emmanuel Banez to make the score 24-13 after the extra point by Victor Morales. Taking a look first at the team stats. First for Bushland. Bushland runs 35 plays in the first half, and they have 299 total yards offense. That's 8.5 yards per snap. They have 212 yards passing. The quarterback, 12 of 20. That's 17.5 yards per completion. He has 2 touchdowns. Running the ball, Bushland with 87 yards on 15 carries. That's 5.8 yards per rush. They had 3 penalties for 30 yards, no turnovers for Bushland. They did punt the ball twice for an average of 47.5 yards per punt. Their time of possession, just a little bit over 9 minutes. Dumas actually with the time of possession won the time of possession in the first half. Bushland did have 12 first downs, 6 from the rush, 5 from the pass, and 1 from a Dumas penalty. They were 3 of 7 on third down conversions and 1 of 1 on fourth down. So if you combine those two, 4 of 8 on third and fourth down for Bushland. Pretty good in the first half. Individually, Dawson Jaco, again, 12 of 20 for 212 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Ivan Soto had 13 carries for 79 yards in the first half. He'll average 6.1 per carry with 1 touchdown. Leading receiver for Bushland was Baylor King. He had 5 catches for 128 yards in the first half. He averaged 25.6 yards per catch. So he's the one to watch as we go into the second half. I mean, Bushland did have 7 different players with catches in the first half, but 5 of them had 1 catch, Tate Butcher with 2, and then Baylor King with 5 of them. Stats for the Demons in the first half. First, on team stats, Dumas ran only 23 offensive plays in the first half, but they have 190 yards. They average 8.3 yards per snap. So yards per snap, the teams are almost exactly even. Bushland just ran 12 more plays. Passing the ball, Emmanuel Banez was 7 for 7 in the first half for 99 yards. 14.1 per pass completion. He did have the 1 touchdown. Rushing the ball, Dumas has rushed the ball 16 times for 91 yards. That's 5.7 per carry in the first half, which you think, well, how does that? Well, it was because we had 2 really long runs in the first half that kind of made that average what it is. So 91 rushing yards, 99 passing yards for Dumas. Dumas did have 2 penalties for 16 yards and a turnover. And turnover did not result in points, but it took the ball away from Dumas, who was deep into Bushland territory as Bushland took over, I think, on the 31 or 33 after that possession as Dumas was driving down in their end. Dumas, time of possession, about 13 minutes in the first half. First downs, Dumas had 5 first downs in the first half, 1 rushing, 3 passing, and 1 off of a Bushland penalty. Dumas 2 of 6 on third downs, did not go for it on fourth down. Again, Emmanuel Banez 7 for 7 passing for 99 yards and a touchdown. Emmanuel Banez leading rusher in the first half. He had 11 carries for 88 yards. 60 of that again came on 1 play with the touchdown. Nathan Gonzalez 2 carries for 4 yards. Luis Escarcega 3 carries for -1 yard in the first half. Receiving the ball, Oliver Ortiz with 2 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown. Everybody else with 1 catch. That's Johnny Marquez, 1 for 12. Cole Garcia for 6. Jacob Saenz for 5. Nathan Gonzalez for 4. And Luis Escarcega for 1. And so that is the offense for Dumas. Emmanuel Banez punted the ball 4 times in the first half, averaged 42.8 yards per punt, and had 2 that were inside the 20-yard line. And those are the first half stats. Dennis, I mean, they showed definitely that Bushland ran almost a third more plays than what Dumas did, 35 to 22. Both teams, I think this is turning into something, and maybe the second half will be different. I did not think it was going to be an offensive affair. I did not think at halftime we'd say,
Now as the band forms a traditional double D, all you Demon fans on your feet for the Dumas High School fight song. Directors of the new commander, Rebecca Carter, Jackson Washington, State Farmer, Commander, and Roachman. Drill by Dr. Peter Brooks, music by Eric Pratt, and color cartoon by Zach Washington. Outstanding marshal of the week, Maria Mivara and Stratford Coleman. Outstanding section is the Euphonium section.
To 10. At halftime, Plainview leads Hereford 21-7. Sunray leads Crosbyton at halftime 56-14.
Wow.
Dalhart leads Borger at halftime 21-6. Wichita Falls High leads Iowa Park 21-0 at halftime. Graham over Mineral Wells 49-14 at halftime. Burke Burnett and Vernon tied at 21 at halftime. Decatur leads Alvarado 24-22 at halftime. Big Spring 27-7 over Snyder at halftime. Ryder leads Stephenville. This is an interesting score, 28-14 with 3 minutes left in the first half. Andrews 44-14 over Lubbock High at halftime, and Brownwood over Waco Connolly 21-14, 4 minutes left in the first half.
That's some surprising scores there in some of those games.
The Randall Paladura score is the most surprising.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, let's talk for a moment. You said ball control, tackle well in space, rush the ball for 150, and 2 catches over 20 yards. We have 1 catch over 20 yards. I think have we hit the 150 yards in rushing? Are we real close? But it's not the ball control you were talking about.
I start saying that's exactly right. We need more of our bevy of running backs by committee to have more success. But I'll give Bushland credit. Their interior defensive line has a whole lot to do with that. But we haven't really, in my opinion, we really haven't been able to get our offense on track. Bushland's had some success on the outside edge that I didn't expect. And so right now we got to see what kind of adjustments Dumas makes going into this third period. And it's always been big for Dumas, but since Bushland's going to open the series of the third down with receiving the ball, we're going to find out what adjustment they're going to make, and we're going to find out what kind of adjustments we're going to make on defense. So my keys of the game are not necessarily playing out like I want them to, but we still got a half to play here.
No doubt about it. You know what surprised me? We talked, you and I talked all week. Coach talked all week. We talked about short passes, which are highly easy to catch, highly successful. But what surprised me is they really haven't gone to the bubble screen much, but they've had great luck throwing the ball deep. And to me, they're just throwing to a spot and letting the receiver run under it.
That's right. And we've had some success on pressure of the quarterback, and we really haven't sacked him, I don't believe, if I remember right.
No, he's not been sacked yet.
But we've made him kind of go through his progression on his receivers, and that kind of eliminates some of their success on their offense. We got to see what Dumas defense can do to come out and not let them score in this third period to get Dumas offense going.
All right, well, we're going to take one quick timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the kickoff. Dumas Demon will kick off as Bushland won the opening toss, and they chose to defer. I'm sure they'll take the ball. Again, our score is 24-13. Bushland leading at halftime. We'll come back for the Dumas Demon kickoff. Stay tuned for that.
If you think cultivating Dumas is just all about plants and flowers, well, think again. While they do have a beautiful variety of flowers and plants, along with whatever your yard needs to stay green, weed-free, and
Growing strong all summer long, they also have clothing and accessories, gifts and home goods. Pop in and see them today. 503 North Maddox, 935-2894. Cultivate of Dumas.
All right, Dumas taking the field, and they will kick off. Dumas will defend the west side to start this second half. Looks like we still have a light breeze. It's not a strong breeze out of the southwest. Purcell and King will go deep for Bushland. The kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call for your home climate needs. Victor Morales set to kick off.
Yep.
And last time he kicked from this direction, he just booted it into the end zone. Let's see what happens.
He's been kicking deep into the back of the end zone.
All right, he approaches the ball. This second half is underway. He does kick it deep, but it's going to be caught 1 yard deep. It's coming out, and they go up the middle and then tackled at the 25-yard line. And I'm not sure who was the initial hit there.
Edward Araya.
Okay, and I also see Emino Marquez coming up from the bottom of that as well. So Bushland will have it at the 20, where are they going to put it, 5-yard line. So if he would have let it bounce into the end zone, they would have been at the 25-yard line.
Well, he wanted to see what he can do.
All right, Bushland comes out, and I'll start setting up that defense in a moment. One receiver, the lone receiver, out to the right, but they're going to do a pitch and go to the left, trying to go behind a host of blockers. And the ball's on the ground, and I think Dumas Demons have the football.
Pierce came up with it.
Oh, look at Pierce.
All right. Well, that's the kind of turnover that Dumas needs to get it back in this ball game. Plus, get a good shout out to Pierce Powers.
Oh my goodness!
Well, I don't know what happened over there. Just kind of got in the mix over there, and the ball came loose.
All right, Dumas will have it. They have it on their Bushland 33-yard line. And, man, you couldn't have scripted a better start for the second half.
Absolutely.
Ibanez has two receivers both sides of the field, and then he has two running backs, and he's going to give it to one of them. Escarcega breaks a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, but he cannot break a second tackle. And coming up to make the tackle is number 75 for Bushland. I saw him there, Charlie Pitt.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 225 pounds, but right now Dumas has just not been able to block that defensive line very effectively.
Well, Bushland's kind of putting those two defensive ends, and they're just coming.
Yeah.
They're coming right to where the spot of the handoff is, and they're disrupting things.
Exactly.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left, two backs in the backfield, Escarcega and Gonzalez. They're in that wing set. Ibanez takes the ball. It's 3rd down 11. Play action. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked back at the 43-yard line. Just not enough time to set up the offense, but he had a guy deep in the end zone if he could have got the ball, and there wasn't anyone within 30 yards of him.
Well, that blitz package or end package that Bushland's coming with is just overpowering our offensive line and our blocking backs.
It's going to be 3rd down, and Dumas needs to get to the 23, so it's 3rd and 18. The ball at the 41. Three receivers for the Demons go off to the right, and then one to the left. That's Waddell. Pistol back is Escarcega. 3rd down and 18. Back to pass is Ibanez. He throws it down the middle, and a tip drill, and Bushland comes up with it. Oliver Ortiz, I thought, had it. It tipped out of his hand, and then it was intercepted by Bushland, and I believe it was Baylor King.
Got a penalty down there on the 45-yard line.
It might be
probably holding.
Yeah, he's saying holding.
Holding. Offense, number 75, that's going to be declined.
All right, so both teams come out with turnovers to start the second half. Bushland will have it again, their second possession down at the 10-yard line. Did a good job playing the tip drill. 10-19 left in the third quarter.
Yeah. Well, it's just disappointing that we weren't able to take advantage of that turnover to kick the ball back to Dumas in this third period right here.
Jaden Tovar and I believe just Arnaldo Hernandez, and is Pierce back in there?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Pierce Powers, all your defensive line. Three receivers off to the right, one to the left. Jaco takes it. He's going to hand it off to Soto. Soto has a big hole in the middle, and he's going to be gone. He's going the distance.
Yards.
Only one guy to catch him, but he's going to outrun him. And Bushland goes 90 yards for a touchdown on a running play, which we never anticipated.
Well, he had a wide open gap to run through, and right now, that really wasn't what you wanted. So a 90-yard running play touchdown by Soto.
And on to kick the extra point will be Carroll, and holding will be Cantrell. Extra point brought to you by Panhandle Collision. If you've been involved in an accident, give them a call. They have free estimates. And the ball's on the way, and it is good. And Bushland will make it 31-13. We have 10:06 left in this third quarter. Let's come back and see if the Dumas offense can get on track. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
You've got to think Wake for AC repair or installation. Think Wake for AC with zero aggravation. We go man heating and air conditioning.
Think Winkleman Heating and Air, 501 South Dumas Avenue for repair or replacement. 806-935-6327.
Think Wink.
287 Roadhouse at 1621 South Dumas Avenue in Dumas offers the best steaks in the Panhandle, cooked the way you love them, along with fresh seafood. Plus, 287 Roadhouse will be streaming Dumas Demon football this season. Come in and check out our great menu today at the place to be. 287 Roadhouse, 1621 South Dumas Avenue, 806-935-0287.
Bushland goes 90 yards, and they score the first time of the half. This kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. It's going to be taken at the 15. Dumas running over towards the sideline. Now they cut up the middle and almost breaks loose. And he was down, but the ball did come loose at the end. And was that Gonzalez on the carry?
Yes, sir.
And he gets out to the 34. That's where Dumas will have their second possession of the second half.
Well, he fielded the kick over on the far side, and they must have had a kick return on this side because he brought the ball all the way back over here on this side. It looked like he's going to break it and maybe have a big return. But as it is, he's down on the 39-yard line.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Blocking back, I believe that's Castrijan, but it's going to be a handoff, and Dumas trying to keep the running attack alive. That's Escarcega. He goes behind left guard, left tackle. That is behind Keegan Ireland, the left guard, and Dalton Levin, the left tackle. Rodrigo Martinez is your center. Hector Panda is your right guard. Thunder Mayo is your right tackle.
Well, he had a 3-yard gain.
So 2nd down and 7, two receivers again to the right. The blocking back is on the left side this time. That's Castrijan. Escarcega is running back. Bad snap, and now running for his life is Abanez. He finally gets the ball loose, throws it downfield, and I think he's just trying to throw the ball away and keep 3rd down going.
I think you're probably right then. But, you know, if you look at this defense that Bushland's throwing at them, they're just crashing the ends. I'm going to call them wide out ends. And they're putting the pressure on Abanez and the offensive execution of Dumas.
Two receivers left, two to the right. Escarcega is the running back behind Abanez. 3rd down and about 7. Abanez does a quarterback draw, and he will be real close to a 1st down. I think he's going to be about a yard short out to the 43. He needed to get to the 44, and we'll see what kind of gambler Coach Dunham is here.
Well, you're down 31-13. You don't have a whole lot of momentum going right now. A 1st down, now they're going to punt it. Play field position. And that's probably the smart football thing to do.
Well, let's just keep an eye on everything.
Well, you never know. That's true.
You never know. Abanez is the kicker. Purcell and King go deep. They'll be standing on their own 25-yard line. Bushland on top, 31-13. It's 4th down and short. Oh, there's going to be a little fake. It's Parker Dunham. He's in there for the 1st down. He crosses Bushland territory, gets out to the Bushland 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Demons.
Well, that answers your question of how much of a gambler is he.
I didn't expect it, but
I didn't either, and nor did Bushland.
Parker came in on that play late. He was the last one to come off the sideline. So
I don't think Dumas wanted to tip the
yeah, but I thought he was normally the
He is the protector.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay.
2 receivers, they're bunched in on the right and 2 bunched in on the left. And now here goes Harris in motion, back to the right, back to pass is Ibanez. He's trying to get Harris kind of on a wheel route, and it's going to fall incomplete. He's just under heavy pressure, just having a hard time planting his foot and throwing the ball.
Well, that's that 10 defensive linemen and 1 defensive back, and that's the reason why there's so much pressure.
Dumas going to kind of do the same thing Bushland's done. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and now they do a little sod poodle action and look over to the sideline. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. This time they're split out. Nathan Gonzalez is the pistol back behind Ibanez. It's 2nd down and 10. Ibanez gets it, play action. He's under heavy pressure, and he's not going to escape. He gets back to the 49, the 50-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 16-14.
Well, just tremendous pressure from the Bushland defense is just keeping Dumas offense off balance. I mean, you just don't have time to execute. 3rd down and long, what, 15?
I'm going to say 14. The Dumas needs to get to the 36, and they're at the 50. So 3rd and 14 maybe?
Yes, sir.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And now the back is to the right of Ibanez. Ibanez takes it, fumbles it, and he's able to fall on it. Now Bushland says they have it,
yes,
but
they do. 44 came up with it.
All right, Bushland's going to get the ball on a Dumas fumble. Dumas has had issues on snapping the ball, but I think that has a little bit to do with the nose guard that's out there in front of them.
Well, it very well could be, and that hard, constant pressure that Ibanez is under. He may be looking to see what kind of options he has and not putting his eyes on the ball. But as it is, Bushland gets a turnover here. The ball's on the 44-yard line.
Bushland leads 31-13. They have the ball on the Dumas 44-yard line, 1st and 10. 1 receiver goes to the left, 1 to the right. They have 2 tight ends in the formation. Jaco back to pass. He's throwing down to the left side, just throws it deep. He has a receiver open. It's going to be caught, tackled by Emino Marquez, but that's going to be a 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now, the defender was Ibanez.
Okay, Ibanez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they just threw it long.
Well, that's kind of what they've done all night. They just heave it.
Yeah.
All right, they're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. They hand it to Soto, and this time he runs into, I believe it's Angel Quiros. Might have been Medrano.
Yeah, might have been.
No gain. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 9.
Well, this will be a big touchdown if Bushland puts it in.
Jaco now taking some time looking over to the sideline. It may be A.J. Marquez in at the running back.
Yes, sir, it is.
Number 3.
Yes, sir.
2 receivers left and right. And Jaco back to pass. He's looking across the middle. He had some pressure that time, and he does overthrow his intended receiver. Pressuring him was
45.
Yeah, Jaden Tovar.
Did he hit his arm, hit the passing arm?
I don't know. He definitely made him rush the throw for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Boy, Dumas needs a really strong defensive stance right here.
Boy, they need a stop. That's for sure.
Even if you get out of here with just a field goal.
Yeah, it still keeps it a 3-possession game if you can hold them to a field goal.
Yeah.
All right, 2 backs in the backfield with Jaco, 1 to the right and 1 to the left. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. And back to pass, he throws it and has the wheel route, and he overthrows his intended receiver. But, guys, he was so wide open that he just missed him.
First man out to practice, right?
Yeah, he was the first man out.
Oh,
Looks like they may go for it. The down marker hasn't changed, but I'm pretty sure it's 4th down.
Yeah, it just changed.
Okay.
It's 4th and goal. Now here comes possibly a field goal team.
Yeah, it could be.
Look for Carroll.
We'll see if they got a gambler in them.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'd watch it right here.
Cantrell is the holder, and he's listed as a quarterback, so definitely keep an eye out. Carroll is the kicker. He's trying for a 25-yard field goal. And the ball is down. Dumas there with the block, but Bushland able to pick it up. But Dumas, Ibanez blocks it, and Dumas will take over on the 13-yard line.
Well, that was great defense right there by the Dumas defense. And again, now go back to the offense. We got to get some momentum going right now. 6:21 to go in this third period.
Don't they move this to the 20 on a blocked field goal?
I think so.
Yeah, I started to say the same thing, Daryl. But Bushland scored on a 90-yard run to open up this third period. Dumas now got a chance to come back and try to answer from themselves.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. And now Oliver Ortiz goes in motion. Now he's bunched up on the right side. He's just trying to provide some blocking. They're trying to run around the left end. And Dumas has it. A good run by Escarcega. He does get around the corner. He gets out to the 29-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 1.
Well, I was looking at the interior defensive line by the Bushland Falcons. They're a load to handle in there, that's for sure.
Well, I think they do a lot of stunting, and that's confusing the offensive line.
Yeah.
2 receivers to the right this time, 1 to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. And now one of them goes in motion. He's going to get the handoff, and he's trying to go inside, and he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and a yard at the 29.
Well, anytime you have a 3-down lineman, you'd think that you could run the ball, but the way they play defense at Bushland, it's hard to run the ball on a 3-down lineman setup. Just a short yard here to make a first down. We got to have a first down, guys.
All right, Dumas has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, still the 2 backs in the backfield. Abanez takes it, and this time he's going to do a keeper, and he gets pushed forward by the tackler, and coming in on the tackle is Weston Forbes, and he kind of pushes him forward, but that makes the first down.
Well, the influence of the play was to the right, and then Abanez kind of cut back on the backside and made that first down, but we need that plus more.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Escarcega is the pistol back behind Abanez. It's going to be 1st down and 10. The ball at the 31. They're showing blitz. Harris comes in motion to the left. They throw it across the middle. And the officials called motion.
That was.
I told you that play was open over there, and they executed it.
Well, I will tell you this, and I think they called it on Harris, saying he's going forward as he was coming in motion too soon. But I've seen Bushland do that all night. I've even mentioned it, and they haven't called it yet. And I think that's what they called it on.
Well, that's too bad, because that's getting ready to be another big, long touchdown.
2 receivers left and right. It's 1st and 15. Abanez tried to get them to jump off sides.
Yep.
They're moving their defensive line and showing blitz on the left. Back to pass is Abanez. He steps up, throws it, has a receiver open. It'll be caught on a little curl route, and I believe that was Jace Harris on the catch. He picks up about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Well, Abanez had time then to pick out a receiver and throw it to him. 2nd and 8.
This time the 2 receivers on the left and right are bunched up close to the offensive tackles.
Yeah, everything tight right now.
And Escarcega is the running back behind Abanez. He's the pistol back. Back to pass is Abanez. He steps up, throws it out, and just overthrows his intended receiver, who is Hayden Waddell. He had a step on the defender,
yes, he did,
who was Tanner Adams, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, that time everybody was bunched up, both teams along the line of scrimmage. Nobody was deep in the defensive back. So it was wide open, just didn't have time to get the ball to him.
Yeah, if he was there.
Yeah.
3 receivers to the left and then 1 to the right. Abanez is going to take the ball. He's back to pass. He's looking across the middle, has a receiver open. Waddell could not bring it in. He had it in his hands. And then defending on the play was Cole Purcell, but that's going to be a 4th down and 8. Dumas will probably punt the ball away with 4:11 left in the 3rd quarter. It's 31-13. Bushland has a 18-point lead.
Well, Waddell had his hands on the ball, just couldn't pull it into his chest to secure it, because the defense came in and knocked it loose.
So it's 4th and 8. Emmanuel Abanez is the Dumas punter. And deep is Purcell and King.
Should be offsides.
And there is the kick. And it's going to go over the heads of Bushland, and it's going to go to the 10, and Bushland's going to let it be downed there. And Aurelio Medrano downs the ball, and Bushland will have it on the 12-yard line.
Why was that not offsides? I mean, the defensive lineman took a step across the line of scrimmage and then came back about the time the ball was snapped. I don't understand that.
Well, I could ask you some other questions tonight that I've seen, but I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah.
But I'm fixing to get uncorked. No, just kidding.
Well, again, 4:01 to go on this third period. Then was now down 31-13.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Jacob's going to hand the ball off to Soto, and this time he's going to be tackled after about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3, and I believe it was Angel Quiros on the tackle. Those inside linebackers, by the way, are Angel Quiros and Aurelio Medrano. Outside linebackers, Caden Vinzer and Sabian Perry. 2 receivers left and right. 2nd down and about, let's call it 5. Jaco throwing the bubble screen, and Dumas there to shut that down. That loses the 5 yards that was gained. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
That's Kovar that made that tackle behind the line of scrimmage for that drop. And
man, they got a good spot on that because I thought it was behind the down marker.
I did too.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Jaco. Dumas may show a blitz. Perry, they wide open across the middle. And there's a blocking in the back. Did anybody call the blocking in the back?
Nope, they're going to call a face mask.
Did y'all see number 22 come up and shove Emino Marquez in the back?
Sure did.
Well, all I saw was a receiver wide open.
Well, I saw that too. As it is, there is injury timeout, so we'll take a break and come back. Bushland's going to have 1st and 10, and they're going to be deep in Dumas territory. We think there's going to be a penalty here.
At Jack Oldham Oil Incorporated, we are family owned and operated and have been serving the Dumas area for over 40 years, providing propane and oil services as well as aerial and ground rig spraying services. Your one stop for all your agricultural needs. We're more than happy to find the right solution for you. Come into our office at 115 Wilson Avenue, Dumas, Texas, 79029, or give us a call at 806-935-2104 so we may have an opportunity to serve you.
All right, Bushland's going to have it on the Dumas 31-yard line, a big pass and catch on 3rd down, and then a face mask at the end of that. The injured player walked off on his own accord. Back to pass is Jaco, looking down to the left side and has a receiver open, but it goes incomplete. Parker Dunham defending on the play. That'll be 2nd down and 10.
And the Bushland coach is all over the official over there wanting pass interference.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. I thought Parker had good body position on that defense.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. 2 receivers go to the left and 2 to the right. Soto is your running back, and then Dawson Jaco is your quarterback.
Somebody better take that inside receiver over there for Bushland. Nobody's defending him now.
Boy, he was wide open a moment ago.
Yeah.
All right, Soto's going to be standing to the right of Jaco. Jaco's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Soto. He's trying to go up behind the guard and center, but Dumas is there. First man on the spot, I believe, was Caden Vinzer.
Yes, sir, it was. 2nd and 8, maybe?
I'm going to call it 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, yeah. Now they've changed it. The ball's inside the 30-yard line.
Bushland on top, 31-13. We have 2:21 left in this 3rd quarter. Bushland's going to put 4 receivers over on the left. When they do that, look for a trick play.
Absolutely.
Jaco's going to take it. He's back to pass. He's going to throw it. They have a receiver crossing the field, and good defense on the play. And Tanner Cohen defending on the play. They tried to throw back across the field, intended for Cole Purcell. Tanner Cohen defended it like that earlier in the first half and got called. So
yeah, well, I didn't see how that receiver went down and turned out. Was he a running back to begin with?
No, he was a receiver on all 4 were on the far side.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be 4th and 8 on the Dumas 29-yard line, and looks like Bushland planning on going for it. 2 receivers left and right. 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Jaco takes it. He's back to pass, looking left. He's under pressure. He gets walloped. And, coming up to try to make a play, enabled Bushland to catch it. They'll have first down and 10, or first and goal on the Dumas 7.
Well, was that Abanez over there that tried to make that play?
I think it was Parker.
Okay, as it is.
First and goal on the 7, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. That's Soto. He's going to be stopped, and it'll be second and goal. They're going to mark it at the 5.
1:43 to go in this third period. Dumas down 31-13, and Bushland is driving deep into the Dumas territory.
Again, they had success on fourth down. They've had success on fourth down every time they've gone for it on fourth down.
And that pass play right there, and that was very close to being knocked down for an incompletion.
3 receivers go to the right and none to the left, and it's going to be a handoff to Soto. He's trying to get around the right side. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage by Vinzer.
Sabian Perry.
Oh, Sabian Perry, I'm sorry. Yeah. And that's going to be a loss of a yard. It'll be third and goal at the 6.
Well, again, it would be big if Dumas could hold him out of the end zone.
Bushland, no, they're not going to call timeout. Jacob's going to go talk to the coach.
Well, 47 seconds to go on the play clock, 46, 44.
15 on the play clock.
Yeah, game clock. I'm sorry, you're right, yeah.
On the 6, it's third down and goal. Bushland, for the first time, is in a huddle.
There's no way they're going to get this play off.
And Bushland will call a timeout. Bushland on top, 31-13. They have third and goal at the 6. Let's come back for that big third down play.
Designs and More is proud to support our local youth. By choosing Designs and More, you can be assured of high quality, excellent service, and fast turnaround. From 1 t-shirt to 1,000, no order too big or too small. Designs and More is your headquarters for screen printing, digital printing, signs, banners, and decals. Designs and More can also help your organization with fundraising. For more information, call Designs and More at 935-7518 or stop in at 608 South Dumas Avenue.
All right, it's fourth down and goal. Bushland has the ball at the 3rd down and goal. Bushland has the ball at the 6-yard line. Bushland on top, 31-13. We have 31 seconds left in this third quarter of play. The Dumas Demons find themselves in a hole, and it's really a deep hole because the offense has really not done much in this second half, in the third quarter.
That is true.
All right, Bushland's going to come out to the line of scrimmage, and they'll have 2 backs in the backfield with Jaco, 1 on the right, 1 on the left of Jaco, 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Dumas shows blitz on this side. Jaco play actions. He rolls. He throws it back across the middle, and he has a receiver open, and it's in there for a score. Touchdown for the Bushland Falcons.
Well, that was just down and ramp along the back end of the end zone. And he found time to make a pass, make a TD.
This extra point brought to you by Panhandle Collision. If you have hail damage, give them a call. They have paintless dent repair. And Carroll on for the extra point. Cantrell will hold. Bushland's trying to make it 38-13. Ball's down, kicks on the way, and it's good. And Bushland will lead 38-13. We have 25 seconds left in this quarter, so come back for the Bushland kickoff.
Springtime in the Panhandle means that occasional thunderstorm, and sometimes occasional thunderstorm means hail. If your car gets damaged by hail or anything else, there is no better place to take it than Dickey's Body Shop in Dumas. Chad Henry and his crew at Dickey's are ready to make sure that your car is restored to being just like new once again. Give them a call to schedule an appointment today at 806-935-6333. Dickey's Body Shop, 319 North Dumas Avenue in Dumas.
All right, Bushland able to get back on the board. They go, listen to this, 88 yards. They score on a 6-yard pass from Jaco to Stratton Malloy, and the extra point's good. Bushland leads 38-13, and we have 25 seconds left in this third quarter, so we have 12 minutes, 25 seconds left in the game. And this kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. Come see them at 519 North Dumas Avenue. And I'm not sure who the kicker is this time for Bushland.
Carroll.
Carroll kicks it. It's going to be taken by Dumas at the 20-yard line. Coming back toward the Dumas sideline, Escarcega, but it was Gonzalez on the carry. I couldn't spit that out for anything.
Sound like me.
But Dumas is going to have the ball on the 35-yard line.
Pretty close to it.
So let's see what the Demons can do with 17 seconds left in this quarter. Dumas will have 2 receivers, Oliver Ortiz, and just 1 receiver to the right and 1 to the left. 2 tight ends in the formation. No, 2 to the receivers to the right now. I see the other one. And 2 backs in the backfield in that wing set. Gonzalez goes in motion. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to go forward, and he'll get about 4 yards out to the 39. It'll be 2nd down and 6, and that may be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
I expect it will be.
All right, we're heading to the 4th quarter. Bushland on top, 38-13. We'll come back for the 4th quarter. Stay tuned for that. Let's see what Dumas can do here as the 4th quarter gets underway.
At Witt Motors, 400 North Dumas Avenue in Dumas, we strive to maintain the highest levels of integrity and professionalism in every area of our used cars for sale business, which is our customers' right to expect and our privilege to provide. We offer an extensive inventory of used cars, trucks, and SUVs available for sale at competitive prices. You don't have to take our word for it. We let our sales, service, and parts speak for themselves. Witt Motors, 400 North Dumas Avenue, 806-935-5607. The Dumas Co-op was founded in 1947 by a group of farmers who possessed a strong work ethic, focus, and singleness of mind in building a 24,000 bushel facility which has grown over the years to approximately 9 million bushels. They recognize those same qualities in the Dumas Demon football team and wish them the best this season. From your friends at the Dumas Co-op, 600 Twitchell in Dumas.
All right, it's 4th quarter time. Bushland on top, 38-13. Dumas has 2nd down and call it 5 with 2 receivers on the right and 1 on the left. Now here comes 1 in motion. Dumas play action, throws it across the middle, and that's going to be Oliver Ortiz. He has it, and he will be caught, but not until he gains yards out to the 26-yard line or 27-yard line. Well, they're putting it back to the 29-yard line of Bushland, and I don't understand that spot.
Why is that?
You got me.
He got tackled on the 24.
I know, you got me. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Dumas on the 29-yard line. 2 receivers again to the left and 1 to the right. And this time they're going to hand it off to Escarcega. He's going to go nowhere. He tries to turn upfield, and that will bring up 2nd down, and he's going to lose 2 yards. 2nd down and 12.
Let me tell you, number 75, Charlie Pitt, 6'3", 225-pound interior lineman for the Bushland Falcon, has made a living tonight tackling on the short gains.
Yeah, he's the nose guard, and he's having his way. Escarcega goes in motion, play action. Ibanez rolls to the right, throws it out to the right. Just overthrows his intended receiver. Ibanez kind of on the ground, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12.
Well,
ball at the 31-yard line. Dumas needs to get to about just crossing the 20.
I'd say right now this is 4-down territory.
Absolutely it is. Wingbacks in the formation. Ibanez straight drop back. Now he's going to roll to the right, throw it out to the right, and he's just on the move. And he was hit hard after he let go of the ball.
Yeah, number 19, Jackson Fetish or something like that, 190-pounder. He kind of twisted up Ibanez as he threw the ball.
So it's going to be 4th down. This is that 4th down and 11.
Yep.
I wonder what play you draw up on 4th and 11.
Well, that play a while ago where Ortiz went across the middle looked pretty good to me.
2 receivers are over on the left side, and then Oliver Ortiz is the lone receiver on the right side.
First thing you got to do is block that defensive line.
Yes, you do. I think there's 2 tight ends now. Escarcega goes in motion. It's a bad snap, And they're going to call.
Dumas might have called timeout before the play.
I think so, yeah.
All right, I think they did. So a timeout on the field. Then they need to put a second back on the clock. 10:57 left in this football game. Bushland on top, 38-13.
Summer is here, and the last thing that you want to hear is that your air is out. The good news is, if you have a problem, Goodwin Heating and Air is at your service. Matt Goodwin and his crew are the experts when it comes to making sure your house stays cool in these miserable panhandle temperatures. They're proud to be the region's full-service Lennox dealer. Call 806-683-2665 today. Goodwin Heating and Air.
Texas license number TACLB 69385C.
And it is 4th down and about 12. Dumas called a timeout right before that play. Dumas has the ball on the Bushland 31-yard line. They need to get to the 19, or really just across the 20. And it is 4th down. Bushland on top, 38-13. We have 10:57. Should be 10:58 left in the game, but I guess that 1 second not going to make much of a difference.
Well, probably not.
Dumas sends 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. That's Oliver Ortiz over by himself. Have a pistol back behind Ibanez, and he's going to come up now and stand to the right of Ibanez. They're going to play action to him. No, they're going to give it to him. They gave it to Gonzalez as he tried to get around the right side, and I'm confused about that play completely. It gains 3 yards, and the ball will go over on downs.
I guess they're just trying to influence the defense to follow Ibanez and all this way and kind of hopefully break through that 10-man lineman on the defensive line. But as it is, it didn't work.
Bushland will have the ball on their own 29-yard line, 10:50 left in the game. Bushland on top, 38-13. I'm just going to tell you right now, Bushland is going to be a threat if they can keep everyone healthy when they get to the playoffs.
I've been impressed with Bushland tonight. I really am.
They will send 3 receivers to the right, none to the left, but they're going to hand it off to Soto. He's going to go behind his right guard, right tackle. He'll gain about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
I think they got number 3 back in there.
All right, H.A. Marquez.
Running back. Okay.
Two receivers for Bushland to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to milk some clock, I'm afraid, now.
Oh, I bet they do, yeah.
I would if I was up 38-13.
Sure. Run your plays that you want to run, but don't be in a hurry.
3 receivers off to the left now, 1 to the right, and then 1 back. We think it's A.J. Marquez in the backfield. Jaco takes it, going to hand it to Marquez. Marquez trying to go up the middle. He will be tackled at the 34, fall to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Well, that was a nice stop by the defensive lineman and the linebacker for the Dumas defense that time.
3rd down right here.
Yeah, they've – I don't know what their percentage is, but they've done pretty good on 3rd down.
They have, yeah.
3rd and 4th.
Dumas is going to have 3 down linemen. 3 linebackers, looks like maybe.
Bushland will send 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left.
Looks like they're going to stack them, too.
Stacked receivers on each side, yep.
Not sure what all that means, but we'll find out. There's the snap. They're just going to hand it off up the middle. Dumas sniffs that out. They tackle A.J. Marquez for no gain, maybe a yard. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Well, again, they were just trying to break loose on a big, long running play. We saw Soto go 90 yards a while ago, so he's very capable of doing that.
Jaco's going to go to punt formation.
Yep.
Standing back at his 25. It's 4th down at about 3. Bushland on top, 38-13. We have 8:55 left in the game. Parker Dunham will be back at his 30-yard line waiting for this punt.
Well, let's see what he does.
Well, he has 3 receivers over on the right. You never know. He does kick it, kind of rugby style. It's going to take a bounce. Parker's going to grab it at the 20. He's just running straight up the middle, and he breaks the tackle, stays on his feet out to the 36, and that's where Dumas will have it with 8:27, needing a miracle here.
Yeah. Well, Dumas really needs to go down and score and get a little something going on the offense, but they got to protect and give Ibanez time to do something. He doesn't have time to do anything back there usually.
Two receivers left and two receivers right. One back in the backfield, and I think it's Escarcega. He's pistol back behind Ibanez. Is it Ibanez still in quarterback? Sends a man in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Ibanez keeps it. He runs up the middle. Now he runs over toward the Dumas sideline. He gets out to the 48, 49-yard line. He'll have a first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, 14, Cole Purcell saved a touchdown right there by that tackle from behind.
Two receivers again, left and right. Two receivers, again, and then Escarcega is the pistol back. Ibanez has 1st and 10 at his own 47-yard line. He's going to send a man in motion. He's going to take the ball back to pass, throw it across the middle, has a receiver open. It's going to be caught low, and that's Hayden Waddell on the catch. That'll be enough for a first down.
They're going to say it hit the ground?
They're going to say it hit the ground.
No way.
Well, I was looking at what's that?
And now they just threw a flag, and I think it's going to be on Hayden.
Probably saying something. Well, that's not what we need.
And it'll be a post. Well, he caught the ball, guys. And
yeah, he did.
That was a call influenced by the Bushland sideline.
Yeah, well, all the
player.
It was the ball was bobbled, but Hayden was on his back, and the ball was on his chest.
I'll be curious to go home and look at that on the replay.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's going to be first. It's going to be second down. It should be a post-possession foul. It is second down at 25. Dumas way back and in a hole now. And two receivers left and two receivers to the right. Now Escarcega goes in motion and then pauses as a blocking back. Here comes a big rush. Ibanez is going to keep it, trying to go behind the left side. Scrum forms, and they really should have whistled that down.
Yeah.
Anyway, they let that go for a long time. Out to the 40-yard line, Ibanez picks up about 7 yards. It's going to be third down and around 18.
Well, I'm not sure what you call on 3rd and 18, but if I've got Ortiz out there, and he's out here, I'd throw him deep.
I'd just lean back and throw it as far as I could and see if he can run under it.
Yeah, Baylor King for Bushland is going to be the one defending him.
Two receivers left and right. Escarcega is the pistol back behind Ibanez. It's 3rd and 18. Bushland shows blitz. They're going to set up a screen, and it is going to be caught, but Dumas can't do anything after that. Bushland sniffs that out. It's 4th down. Dumas is going to bring on the punt team with 7:03 left in this football game. Bushland leading 38-13.
I thought Bushland had intercepted that one.
Well, I thought they were going to.
Yeah. But as it is, Ibanez is going to punt, I guess it is.
Purcell and King deep for Bushland, standing on their own 20. Snap is good. Ibanez gets a good high kick. Purcell's going to call a fair catch at his 26-yard line, and that's where Bushland will have it with 6:33 left in the game and a 25-point lead over Dumas.
Well, it's an uphill battle, as you would say right now, and Bushland's in control of the ball game, and I expect they're just going to kind of take their time and running some plays and running time and go home with a victory. At least that's what they hope to do.
Well, barring a miracle, it is going to be a Bushland victory.
I think you're right.
Dumas will have to regroup and kind of I think they've got to figure a few things out because other teams are going to see what Bushland did, and they're going to try to emulate that.
Well, this is a little bit different type of defense that Bushland's throwing at the offense of Dumas Demons.
Everyone bunched in on the right side, three receivers, and now one of them goes in motion, but they're going to hand it off to Marquez behind the right guard, right tackle. He's able to gain about 4 yards out to the 31. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Well, again, the offensive line for the Bushland is winning the line of scrimmage.
Bushland, of course, doing what we would do, letting as much clock run off as possible.
Absolutely.
Two receivers come out to the left and then one to the right. Bushland's going to take it. They're going to hand it off, trying to come up the middle, but nothing there. Dumas kind of holding up the runner and then trying to strip the ball. Jaden Tovar there. And can't see the other number, but Pierce Power? No, Arnaldo Hernandez. Going to be 3rd down and 6.
Well, Dumas can't get suckered into defending that 3rd down play on the ground because Jaco can throw it long for a touchdown if they're not careful.
Yeah, he kind of throws it at will.
Yeah.
I'd be real surprised if they put it in the air here. They might run a little counter misdirection.
Yeah, I could do that, sure.
But I think that they're going to be pretty content to keep this on the ground.
Bunched up right
2
now.
receivers left, but they're going to hand it off up the middle, and Dumas is going to stop Marquez at the 35-yard line. He'll be a couple yards short. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Well, I know Bush was looking to the sideline, and it could be another one of the quick kicks. It could be just a regular punting formation. And
they're going to bring on the punt team.
Yeah, they are.
We're down to 4.5 minutes left in the game, and again, Bushland on top, 38-13. Parker Dunham back at his 30, awaiting the punt. There is the snap. It's good, but boy, it's off the side of his foot.
Yeah.
And now it takes
gonna be a reverse punt.
Yeah, it's going to go minus yardage.
That's going to be a minus 1 yard punt. And Dumas will have it on the Bushland 30, where are they going to put it? 33-yard line.
I think I've ever seen that before.
You don't see that very often, you know. He just got in a hurry to kick it.
He downed his own punt, too.
Yeah, that doesn't happen much.
Now that is a rarity right there now.
We've seen it all today from Bushland.
Yes, we have.
They've kind of surprised me, guys, because they threw it deep, and I really didn't think that they would try to do that because looking at the film, they hadn't done that almost all year.
Yeah.
Two receivers right for Dumas. Is that Abanya still in quarterback?
Yes, sir.
He's going to take it, hand it off to Nathan Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is just rifled over there on the far side.
Everywhere.
Is that going to be holding?
I don't know. This back judge back here, the head judge, he threw his flag after the play was already over, looked like.
Let's see what we got here.
He just wanted to be part of the bunch.
I guess so.
He's following the crowd. Hey, flag's going. Let's throw.
Yeah, it's Flag Day.
Well, we're going to get a call. It's going against Dumas. It's going to be against Sabian Perry, a holding call.
He must have been blocking over there, maybe.
Yep, it's going to back it up to the 43, and it'll be 1st down and 10.
Well, Dumas got to get down to about the 23-yard line to make a 1st down.
1st down and 20 at about the 43-yard line.
4 minutes left in the game.
Holding must be very blatant to throw it.
Oh, yeah.
2 receivers to the right. Pistol back is Escarcega. Bushland showing blitz. Now going in motion is Oliver Ortiz back to pass. Throwing it to Oliver, and coming in to make a play was number 17, I believe, Jesse Cantrell.
Well, that's the same play that we've seen Dumas have success with tonight. That time it just wasn't completed then.
Going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Oliver almost had to play defense.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of knocked the ball away there.
Two receivers again to the right. 2 tight ends in the set. 2nd down and 20. Back to pass is Ibanez. He's throwing to Ortiz. He has him at the 10, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Dumas Demons. Emmanuel Ibanez to Oliver Ortiz, 33 yards.
And Ortiz beat Baylor King over there. And that time, instead of Ortiz going across the middle, he went deep along the sideline, and he was wide open.
And Dumas just skipping the swing and gate, bringing the field goal team in. And this extra point brought to you by Panhandle Collision. They're at 700 South Porter in Dumas. Dumas trying to make it a 38-20 ball game. High snap, but it gets down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. So Dumas does make it 38-20. They trail by 18. We have 3:44 left. Let's come back and see if the Dumas Demons will kick an onside kick.
Life is a series of moments. Big moments, small moments, moments you want to bottle up so they can last forever. At Everett Jones, we want you to make make the most of all of them. Whether you're planning a trip of a lifetime, retirement, or just need some everyday advice along the way. That's why Edward Jones Financial Advisors like me work with you to build personalized strategies for today and tomorrow. Life is for living. Let's partner through it all. I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Bob Brinkman. Call me at 806-934-8378. Edward Jones is a member SIPC.
43.
3 yards.
All right, 43-yard throw and catch. Emmanuel Ibanez to Oliver Ortiz. Problem is we don't have a lot of time left in the game. It's 3:44 left, but it's 38-20, and Dumas set to kick off. I anticipate an onside kick, and the kickoff brought to you by Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call at 806-683-2665, and I just want to say thank you to Goodwin Heating and Air Conditioning. I had a question. That's all I needed answered, and they answered that on the phone for me the other day, so thank you to them.
Well, they're good guys.
All right, here comes an onside attempt, and it takes a good bounce, but Bushland's going to grab it. It goes right to number 12, Baylor King. He's used to catching the ball.
Yeah.
And Bushland will have it at the 46-yard line with 3:43 left in the game.
Well, that was a great execution by the onside kick. It just happened to be right to one of the Bushland receivers, and like you said, a hands guy caught it and put it down. So 3:43 to go in the ball game. Dumas now the trail 38-20.
One receiver heads out to the right, make it two to the right, one to the left, two backs in the backfield with Jaco. First down and 10. Jaco's going to take it. He's going to hand it off and trying to get around the right side. Now it's mano, and Dumas almost loses the battle.
Yeah.
And I was that Jackson Fetch on the carry?
19.
Yeah, this Jackson Fetch.
He's a pretty good-sized kid, isn't he? He's a 190-pounder.
Well,
first time he ran the ball tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, 2nd and 6. Is Jaco still in there? Yeah, he is.
And 44 is in there as a blocking back, running back, what do you want to call him? He's a big boy, 6'1", 210 pounds.
Yes.
And they're letting the clock run.
Yeah, 2nd down and 6. The ball now at midfield. We'll be under 3 minutes to play in the game when this ball is snapped. Same formation, two to the right, one to the left. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and I think that's Fetch again. And he stood up in Dumas territory at the 49, then driven back. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Short gain, if any at all. I see number 3 coming into the ball game, and that is going for them. That's going to be A.J. Marquez as a running back.
It's going to make it 3rd and, what is that, is it 5 or 6? They need to get to the.
About 5, yeah.
Okay, they got to get to the 44. The ball's on the 49. 2:25 left in the game.
I'd look for Marquez again to get the ball, maybe following wherever this 44 or 19.
Yeah.
They may call a timeout again. There they do. All right, we have 2:11 left in the football game. Bushland uses their 2nd timeout. It's going to be 3rd down at about 5, and we'll come back for this 3rd down play in a moment.
Stidham Insurance is proud to serve customers in Moore County and beyond. When you need to protect your home and auto, Stidham Insurance is there. Do you want to give your family the peace of mind through life insurance? Stidham Insurance is there. Does your business need a custom policy to protect you when something goes wrong? You guessed it, Stidham Insurance is there. Call Stidham Insurance at 806-935-4191 or drop in to see them at 200 East 1st Street. That's Stidham Insurance in Dumas.
And we are back. 2:11 left in the game. Bushland in control at 38-20, but they do have 3rd down and about 5 yards. And they used, I believe, their 2nd timeout. And Dumas, I think, has 2 timeouts left in the game.
That's correct.
I can't see the scoreboard unless I stand up.
Well, I'm going to trust Zane on that.
I'll help you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I liked it when it was over here to our right.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping they'd keep both scoreboards.
Yep.
All right, Bushland's going to send 2 receivers, 3 over to the right, none to the left, and they are going to hand it to Marquez. And boy, I don't know, he somehow, that line had a surge. They get it out to the Dumas 43-yard line. Dumas calls a timeout. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And so we have another timeout on the field. We'll take it and come back for this 4th down play.
Springtime in the Panhandle means that occasional thunderstorm, and sometimes occasional thunderstorm means hail. If your car gets damaged by hail or anything else, there is no better place to take it than Dickey's Body Shop in Dumas. Chad Henry and his crew at Dickey's are ready to make sure that your car is restored to being just like new once again. Give them a call to schedule an appointment today at 806-935-6333. Dickey's Body Shop, 319 North Dumas Avenue in Dumas.
It is summertime and you are bound to be driving places. Whether you are headed into town for date night or headed out of town for a vacation, make sure your car is clean as a whistle with a trip to Jack's Car Wash. Jack's has 2 Dumas locations to serve you, with the south side location at 1124 South Dumas Avenue and the east side location at 915 East 1st Street. Don't be the guy or the girl with the dirty car. Get your ride nice and shiny with first-class service from the professionals. That's Jack's Car Wash in Dumas.
Different punter?
No, I think it's still Jaco, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Last time he punted off the side of his foot. It is 4th down and 3, and they are showing punt.
They got a goofy formation, though.
Yeah, they've got all kinds of men everywhere. But it is a deep snap, and it is a quick kick. He's trying to get it over towards the sideline, and they are going to down it on about the 2-yard line.
Boy, a beautiful kick right there after making that really ugly
Oh,
kick
they
before.
called touchback?
They never got on top of it. The guy
Okay.
dove, and it went into the end zone.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, Dumas will have it with 1:49 left, and they trail 38-20. So, barring a Plainview miracle,
yeah,
I'm going to give Bushland the victory here tonight.
Well,
now they're talking about it, Zane.
Well, the guy never had possession of the ball.
Well, that doesn't matter. I can tell you a lot of other things that have happened here tonight, and it didn't matter.
Okay, well, they're talking about
There's no way.
taking their
They
time.
didn't have the ball. And the one guy already called touchback. I don't know why they're trying to line up down there. The guy never had the ball.
I can tell you why.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised what they don't call it on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to put it on the 1-yard line.
No way. Well, even if it was, the guy touched it back like on the 3 or the 2 or 3 yard line, and it's got to go back to the point of where they touched it further down the field. So even if he did get possession of it at the 1, that's not where the ball goes to. It goes to where they touched it the first time.
Well, did the ball ever get into the end zone?
Oh yeah, the ball was rolling around the end zone. Emmanuel Banyas picked it up.
And that's why the official on the spot said it's a touchback. I think Coach Dunham's given the head umpire his mind.
Well, he was sure talking to him.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line.
Well, that is an awful, terrible call.
Well, Dumas right now would like to have a little bit of momentum going into next week's ball game, and right now this touchdown, if they can get a touchdown, is all for pride.
2 receivers left and right for Emmanuel. He's about 5 yards deep in his end zone. He takes it, but they're just going to hand it off to Escarcega, the pistol back.
Sure.
And based on the last call, that should be a safety because they pushed him back into the end zone.
Well, Bushland does a really good job of rallying to the ball to make a tackle. You know, that 10-1 defense has been pretty effective in that.
Been much more effective than I thought it would be.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely stopped our running attack. 2 receivers left and right. 2nd down and about 9. Here goes a man in motion back to the left. And they're going to throw it to Oliver Ortiz. He's unable to bring it in.
Well, he caught the ball, but as they rolled to the ground, they pulled it away from him.
Now, a while ago, they were able to down the ball on the 1-yard line on a play that was exactly like that. The ball rolling around on the ground there.
1:08 to go in the ball game.
There's something called.
Dumas making some substitutes. 2 tight ends coming in. What was the call?
Call something on Dumas.
Something half the distance.
Yeah. Still going to be 2nd down.
I don't know what it was.
And the Bushland coach is asking the same because I think he's probably going to want to just decline the penalty. There's no
there's no gain in that. You just give us another down. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9, the ball about the 2-yard line. Two receivers to the right and two tight ends in the formation. Ibanez is going to take it, and he's going to hand off, and
safety.
She should get out to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give it to the 1.
Well, if Bushland keeps asking for it, they might give him a safety. I can't. I'm dumbfounded about the last call. All right, we're under a minute to play, and Dumas is going to come in and kick the ball away, and Bushland's going to win 38-20 here tonight.
Yeah, they are, and
they were started the play clock.
I wish they'd started. Yeah, they just started it. That's home field advantage there. You don't even have to run this if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Ibanez is going to kick it, and it's just going to bounce in the middle of the field, and Bushland will have it to run the victory formation at the 33-yard line. We have 19 seconds left. Bushland will win tonight 38-20, and the Dumas Demons will be on a long road trip. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes on Thursday night. Bushland will go 5-0. They have a road trip because they're playing El Paso Riverside next week.
I think it's in Bushland.
El Paso Riverside's driving up?
They are coming all the way to Bushland.
Wow, that's a road trip.
Yeah, it is.
Bushland will get to return that trip next year.
Victory formation.
This will be the last play of the game. The ball is down, and that's it. Teams will congratulate each other. Bushland will get out of here with a 38-20 victory. Dumas will have 3 wins against 2 losses on the season. They have one more non-district game. That'll take place next week. We're going to come back here in just a moment, and we will have some final statistics. We'll name a player of the game, and we'll talk just a moment about next week. So stay tuned for all of that. We'll be back in about 1 minute.
Whether you're thinking about moving your family or your company, Dumas extends a Texas-sized welcome and full community services to make your relocation a success. The Dumas Economic Development Corporation is here to support and help however we can. Our schools, our mild climate, our excellent transportation, our growing economy, and our proximity to a major metropolitan area all combine to make Dumas a great place to visit, a great place to work, and a great place to live. The DEDC is located at 900 North Dumas Avenue, or you can call 934-3332.
Your good neighbors at State Farm Insurance, Brett Stiegel agent, 610 East 1st Street in Dumas, wish the Dumas Demons the very best this season. We're proud of all of our area athletes and our wonderful school systems. We wish them success in all of their endeavors on and off the field. Remember State Farm Insurance agent Brett Stiegel for all of your insurance needs. Give him a call today at 806-935-9191. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Demons and fear the fort.
Cross-Threaded Embroidery is your one-stop shop for embroidery, t-shirt, or anything you need to promote your business, school, sporting event, or any occasion. We also offer heat press, window stickers, car decals, and magnetic signs. We pride ourselves on fast service, customer satisfaction, and quality workmanship, supporting Dumas and area towns. Come see us at 1220 North Maddox, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30, or call us at 934-4793. We look forward to helping you.
Final score tonight here at Dumas Demon Stadium, Bushland 38, Dumas 20. Bushland led at halftime 24-13, and really the third quarter belonged to Bushland. They were able to score 2 more times, a 90-yard run by Ivan Soto, and then a 6-yard pass from Jaco to Stratton Malloy. And Dumas only scored once in the fourth quarter, and that was a 43-yard score once in the second half. 43-yard score from Emmanuel Ibanez to Oliver Ortiz. And again, the final score, 38-20. Any thoughts from either one of y'all?
I guess I would capture this ball game tonight as I'm very impressed with Bushland right now. I really am. The way they played, that defense that they presented to the offense of Dumas. Dumas never did figure that out, and Dumas never could establish a running attack on the ground. And Dumas didn't have time to wait to see their wide receivers get wide open. So I just thought Bushland came in and played the better ball game.
I agree, and I think Dumas didn't have an answer for Bushland's 2 outside I don't know if they're ends or linebackers, but they play in a stand-up position. But almost every play they went straight to the quarterback, and Dumas just didn't have an answer to push them out of the way to get them blocked. And they disrupted the backfield all night long. Dumas unable to get the running attack. And then when they tried to throw it, except for a few occasions, they didn't really have time to throw the ball.
Not much separation except whenever Ortiz would break across and go cross court. I noticed there in one of those series of downs where Bushland, their 3 down linemen on defense, they would bunch up real close together, and they'd push one way to another and allow the linebackers and whoever else is standing up there to come in there and make the tackle. So that was a very effective way that Bushland was able to defend Dumas' offense.
Bushland goes for 522.
Whoa.
On offense. Dumas 309.
Well, when you have a 90-yard touchdown run plus a bunch of other big plays, it kind of adds up to big yards.
Yeah. And, Dumas with 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Bushland with 1. And Bushland able to combine 3rd and 4th down, go 7 for 14. There was a few of those stops that were in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
So probably up to that 4th quarter, I think they'd converted all but 4.
Yeah.
So, I think at one time they were 7 to 10 on those, and that's kind of where they were able to get the stretch. I mean, they had 210 rushing and 312 passing. Average 18.4 per pass play and 6.6 per rush play.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what kind of frightens me is, Dumas is supposedly one of the best defenses up in the Panhandle, but Bushland,
that's right.
I think it exposed some things that Dumas might have to go home and work on.
Well, that's going to be my question. What do you think Dumas learned out of this football game? We'll talk to Coach about it next.
Yeah, we will.
Tuesday.
And then I'm like Dennis. I'm going to take my hats off to Bushland.
Absolutely.
And say they played a good football game. They had a good game plan.
Yeah.
Because they surprised Dumas.
Right. That's right.
Dumas was expecting a lot of quick, short passes.
Yeah.
And they were able to expose Dumas on the long pass time and time again.
Well, Bushland was known for those little old 5, 6, 7-yard passes down the field behind the linebackers. I don't think they ever did that. Maybe once or twice on a little slant. What they did, they went deep on the sideline passes and completed them, and then that really got the game going for them on the offense.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'm through, guys. I don't know what else to say.
Well, let's take a timeout. We're going to name a player of the game. And the player of the game brought to you by Whip Motors, so stay tuned for that. It is time for the player of the game.
The player of the game is brought to you by Whip Motors Incorporated, 400 North Dumas Avenue, 806-935-5607. At Whit Motors, 400 North Dumas Avenue in Dumas, we strive to maintain the highest levels of integrity and professionalism in every area of our used cars for sale business, which is our customers' right to expect and our privilege to provide. We offer an extensive inventory of used cars, trucks, and SUVs available for sale at competitive prices. You don't have to take our word for it. We let our sales, service, and parts speak for themselves. Whit Motors, 400 North Dumas Avenue, 806-935-5607.
All right, we are back. It is time now for the player of the game. Our player of the game tonight is Dumas wide receiver Oliver Ortiz. He had 4 catches, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's an average of 36.5 yards a catch. And had there not been a motion penalty somewhere, we'd been saying he had 5 catches for 3 touchdowns, and that would have that would have increased his yardage as well because he was going to be open, and it was going to be a score. So next week, guys, we're headed to the home of Friday Night Lights, but we're going to be there on Thursday night. Ratliff Stadium in Odessa. Dumas will play El Paso Austin, and the thing about this game, I know that the coaches are probably frustrated.
Yes.
Because I think Bushland really showed some things tonight where you really have to work. But, you know, tomorrow, sun's going to come up, and you got to start preparing for another week. You've got the next week, and then you head to district play, and the most important games are coming up.
Well, and we said going into this ball game, win or lose tonight, this ball game doesn't define your season. You're getting ready for district play. And it wasn't a pretty game tonight, and it still got you ready for district play because other teams are going to throw stuff at you that maybe you weren't quite ready for, and that's what Bushland did tonight.
Yeah, they definitely threw stuff at us that we weren't ready for. So, anyway, any final thoughts before we call this a night?
I'd say as advertised, Bushland is a legit team.
No doubt.
And,
no doubt.
I think as far as the rest of their schedule goes, I don't think that they're going to be challenged until they get to the playoffs. I know that their district they're going to run through it.
Oh yeah,
and
I think you're
they
right.
do have a tough. I mean, Region 1 is pretty tough.
In 3A, yes, it is.
And so, once they get to the playoffs, it's. But again, I think that this team has some keys. They do a lot of things well. They've got great athletes in skill spots, and what the system that they do it really, really good.
Yes, they do.
No doubt.
They earned the win tonight. I'm disappointed for Dumas.
Sure.
But
lost to a good team. There's going to be a lot of teams that lose to Bushland that won't be 18 points.
That's
right.
true.
That's right. That's the closest anyone's been. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, Bushland defeats Dumas. That final score was 38-20. Dumas Demons will be back in action again on Thursday, and I believe that game starts at 6 in Odessa, right? Or is it 6:30?
That's right, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, and we'll make the long road trip for you if you don't want to come. But, if you want to go see Friday Night Lights at its best.
Yeah. And they're working out some details. We're not going to be able to do the normal streaming thing with Raymond. And so they're working out some details with them down there. Hopefully either through Odessa or somebody down there will stream the game so you can also see it.
Okay.